The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sac.
Was leaving my hotel room this morning, and there is a little, I don't know what do you call it, a desk, a little place you can sit and write things, I guess, with a little chair. And I went to go push this chair in, which I should add has rollers on it. This is probably germane to the story. And so just imagine, like, I'm turned a little to my right. I have my hand out on the back of the chair, and I go to kind of just push it in. This is not a heavy chair. This is just a rolly little chair on carpet. And I felt the strange twinge in my lower back, very sharp pain. Of which I immediately started to stretch and do all kinds of things. And I had not yet put on my socks and shoes. And in order to lift the left leg was fine. Lifting my right leg up to put my sock on, I felt like I was doing Lamaze, like, and I got it on, and you know what? It's fine. It's, but I can, like, if I twist around a little bit, I can sort of just feel a twinge, and these random injuries out of nowhere for no reason. Like a couple weeks ago, I think you were here, Jason, actually, so it must have been a couple months ago when we were in studio together. I was telling you about how I woke up in the morning from a cramp in my leg and was limping all day. Like, what? This is just getting old, right?
Probably. And I hate to bring up old injuries, but how's the tingle? Remember you had it felt like your phone was vibrating?
Oh, no. Hey, great question. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but I haven't felt the tingle in a while. The tingle in my left upper thigh that felt like my phone was in my pocket and was vibrating. What I thought you were referring to, which I would not classify as a tingle, was the injury. I wouldn't call it an injury. It was a malady, I think is the right term, that I brought up to you when we were on the phone last weekend. Do you remember that?
I'm trying to remember that.
Describe it. It was when I told you. Well, you know what? Let's switch the subject. Let's talk about fruit.
Okay.
So I had these 2 oranges.
Oh, that malady. Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. And one of the oranges is bigger than the other orange.
Uh-huh.
And then I started to explore the orange's surface to see if there were any lumps on the orange. And there weren't. But for some reason, the one orange that was bigger was more swollen and was a little bit, it wasn't a comfortable orange.
At least you didn't sit on the orange like Belvedere.
Although I have done that 3 times in my life, and that's an exact number because I remember each one.
Yeah.
One of them was when I was like 12, and I had a Schwinn bike with one of them big old banana seats, and I just hopped on it and and then the other 2 were just. Well, no, the second one I sat on the couch and woof. That's right. I didn't sit on it the third time. I way too much info for 6:04 a.m. The third time, which I laughed while I was in pain was when it was morning. I had just gotten out of the shower, and how do you say, huh?
Good morning.
Good morning. I just got out of the shower. I was in the closet putting my clothes on. And like when you have a nice long hot shower, everything's just more relaxed.
Sure.
Like everything's more relaxed. So I went to go put my underwear on. And when I pulled my right heel up to put it in the hole of the underwear, I kicked myself in the junk. And it didn't feel great at all. And I was laughing at how absurd it was that at 4 a.m, I just healed myself in the Cajones. But also, I was in a lot of freaking pain, dude. So I'm like laugh crying.
Only thing you could do.
What's your weirdest injury? 1-800-9.
Who was
that was the sound I made.
Yeah, while laughing and crying.
And then there's my best friend growing up, Brett. Well, he didn't grow up. Well, I guess he did. That's his name, but I should have commented that better. My best friend growing up, Brett. After he had his second kid, right? Like this was my whole plan, was to have 2 kids and then snipperoo. But this dude had 2 kids and went snipperoo, and it went awry, and it got infected, and he had to go back in the hospital, and he was in there for a week and a half, and he got
Gross.
He got like septic or something, and like had a fever and like a whole thing. It was like this massive thing, and he was saying, "Look, I can't even describe the pain." And I was like, "You don't have to describe the pain. I get it. I literally just crossed my legs." And that has kind of turned me off from that whole thing, man.
Come on, Brett.
That's all. Yeah, right. Like that. I don't know, on the scale of non-lethal injuries, that's got to be near the top.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's awful.
Not a fan. Plus, I don't know what the fallout is from all that either. Like, are there after effects? I mean, I know what the scientific after effects are, but also, am I going to start watching like true crime TV? Like, emoting more? I don't know. What happens?
You and your wife.
Yeah, we're just sitting there crying over First 48 together.
But he seems so innocent.
I'm the guy that got teared up at the end of Happy Gilmore. Like, who does that? Happy Gilmore 2. Not teared up, but a little choke, a lot of
references, by the way, in questioning of your ranking of the movie yesterday.
I know.
A lot of it.
I did finish Happy Gilmore 2.
I hit me with it, Chris.
I finished it.
Yeah.
That's about all I could say.
I knew he'd hate it.
Meanwhile,
I didn't hate it. It just
Dave said 10 out of 10 yesterday.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 is crazy.
10 out of 10, baby. But here's the thing, like,
I believe the quote someone told us was, "Is he insane?"
First off, yes. But also, I also think that people think 10 out of 10. I guess it's what is
like you saying that you put that up with Top Gun Maverick makes me not want to see Top Gun Maverick.
Hold it.
I just think people misunderstand what I mean by that. Like, for me, like, because I think people go, hold on a second, dude. Shawshank Redemption is 10 out of 10. Like, Wizard of Oz is 10 out of 10. I don't know. I'm just thinking of like classic movies. Like, these are 10 out of 10. You can't say that Happy Gilmore is on the same level. No, my 10 out of 10s have different requirements for them. And in this case, was I entertained? Did I smile? Did I laugh? Did I feel good for the whole 2 hours? And when I got done with the movie, did I feel like it served its purpose and was and had no real flaws to me? It just was a nice, funny movie. 10 out of 10. It doesn't mean it's like one of the top 5 best movies I've ever seen. It just means it did what I needed it to do, and it's perfect to me. And I'll rewatch it a couple of times. I'm gonna go watch it with the kids when I get home. That's it. That's a 10 out of 10 for me. I also have been to like 5 Creed concerts, dude. I'm not afraid to publicly say the things that I love that are just, and you know what, that was the Hassan Whiteside of movies in a sense. Like, it's empty calories, but sometimes empty calories are okay. Sometimes I want to finish off a freaking can of Pringles, dude, and there's not even potato in a Pringle, but they just taste good. Who cares?
I think you need to be the quote for the movie. 10 out of 10, said Carmichael Dave.
That's kind of what I was shooting for. Mark S. Allen used to have that down pat, dude.
He does. Still does.
He does. He would, he'd watch like Ishtar and be like, "Oh, a midsummer adventure worth seeing,
cinematic treasure."
Then the next thing you know, you're watching the Super Bowl, and they run a trailer for a commercial for Ishtar, and it's like Marcus Allen of Channel 31 KMAX in Sacramento says, which makes you wonder: is there somebody in Connecticut that's watching the Super Bowl and they see that Marcus Allen gave a thumbs up? They're like, well, I wasn't gonna. But now, look at that guy. Boy, he looks young for his age.
But now I'm turning off this Super Bowl and I'm going right to the movies.
Going right for it. When is your guys' Naked Gun thing?
When is it, Chris?
Last night.
Oh,
you went last night?
Yeah.
I probably knew that. Let me see here. I didn't put that in the rundown. We've got to talk about it.
Do that tomorrow.
You want to do it tomorrow?
We have to do it tomorrow.
Oh, how come?
There's an embargo on reviews until 6 a.m.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning, though, we can lead off with it.
Was it really? Because you guys got into
like big on the screen. It's like, oh, look at that.
No way.
Talk about it tomorrow, but I guess we can't talk about it today.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that you should. Of course you shouldn't. But like, is there a consequence if you did?
I don't know. I guess like they've got our names, so
kind of.
If they, and if they hear it, and they could say like, "Oh, we're not going to let you watch go to these anymore."
Okay, all right. So the consequence would be your. I'm just. How great would it be if we?
About it though, Dave. I think they have Chris's name.
They do have my name.
Yeah.
They don't have Jason's name.
But what if you reviewed it under pseudonyms? Like if you were Vis Curlod and Racing Joss.
Yes.
Are you allowed to say? Are you allowed to say if you liked it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think we could say that.
Like, what are you?
Okay, so there was 3 of us that went.
Yeah.
Me, Jason, and Sean Cunningham.
That's right.
Who do you think on the ranking scales? Who do you think liked it the most, the least most, and who was in the middle?
Jason, Sean, and you.
Is what your order?
I think Jason liked it the most. Sean liked it the second most. Chris liked it the third most.
Okay, interesting. Are we revealing Chris or
you were wrong on all of them?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, who liked it okay. Sean, Chris liked it the most. Jason was meh in the middle, and Sean liked it the least.
Got it.
But I was not meh.
You weren't meh.
No.
Were you okay? All right. I know we got to be careful here. Hold on. Yeah. Were you meh or were you meh?
I was meh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I will say for fear of
arrest.
Yeah. Yes. Oh shoot, they are outside the door. My experience was fantastic.
All right.
My experience.
You can get away with this one because this has very little to do with the movie, but it has a little to do with the movie. What, on the percentage scale of last night's enjoyment for you, what percent of it was the movie by itself and what percent of it was the company you were with?
Okay. I will describe it this way.
Describe it.
I purposely sat in the middle, which is what I wanted, and I wanted you to be on my right or left, and then the other two to be our bookends. But instead, we were light one. So Chris was to my left as I faced the theater screen. Sean was to my right, and if it was a wave of laughter, if we were going right to left, this is like the shore. but going the other way was just this tsunami. And then when I came back, the tsunami would hit me. There was someone to my left that had a time. And Dave, if we say the over under of first giggle or laugh, I don't think we made 15 seconds.
I would be curious that you even made the credits.
There were several times in the movie where I was legit tears coming down my face laughing.
I mean, like, I wanted the experience, Dave, and sometimes like, okay, it might be a little too much.
Coughing.
Is he okay?
Could not breathe laughing.
Is he okay?
So like the movie was the driving force, but the company was the seasoning on the steak.
For me, yeah, that's the way I would. Yeah. I mean, right now the experience was phenomenal. But yeah, we can get into the movie tomorrow. But Chris made it for me for sure.
I'm so sad I wasn't there. God, well,
I will let you know this. That might be.
We can't do that. Now I'm going to think about what it was all day.
Okay, I'll say this. I know he will go with you.
Yeah, if you want to go, I'll go with you.
But would Sean too? Because I think it'd be, if it's just the two of us, it's kind of weird.
Sean, the thing I said.
I would go for the experience again.
After Sean gave us his review, I told him, oh my God, we saw two different movies.
Wow. So would you, for your 50th, would you do a Naked Gun MacGruber double feature at that one little theater?
I guess this isn't giving anything away. After the movie, I told the guys I have not laughed that hard at a movie since MacGruber.
Okay. Oh, what?
Yeah, does that help you or hurt you?
Dude, that's what, honestly, that's the line you put in the trailer. Like, that's it right there. Christopher Lott of Sacktown Sports. I haven't laughed this hard since MacGruber.
Well, like, they don't make comedies anymore.
Wow.
To the point where if they showed it again, Chris would have turned right around.
I said in the parking lot, it's like, I really wish I could go back and watch it again right now.
Wow. That is high praise. By the way, can I also say that I am 99.9% sure whatever embargo on the movie there is, they would not care they wouldn't care about you breaking the embargo for positive reasons. Like, what are they going to be like? Hey, dude, you got on the air and you said it's the funniest movie you've literally seen in decades. We're going to have to cut you off from future events. You've really hurt our business. Because half our audience is going to go now just to see how it matches up with the world-renowned MacGruber.
Chris is an idiot. What does he know about movies?
So I think it's safe to say that Chris thinks that the new Naked Gun is better than Happy Gilmore 2.
Yes. Sean also said it's better than Happy Gilmore 2.
Well, Sean could shut up. Tag on the chat line says we should do a Sacktown Sports Chucklefest.
That could be our event. You've been looking for an event.
I was just thinking the same thing. Been looking for an event for a long time. Why not? That's actually perfect for us because we could do it at like Punchline, so it's not a huge venue. The comedians do their thing, and then maybe we all go. If we all had to go up, ooh, here's a good one. So let's say you, me, Whitey, Kyle, Allen. So let's say we had that many comedians. So somebody has to like intro the first comedian, and then in between each comedian, like one of us would come out to intro the next one, right? But the catch is we each have to like spend 20 to 30 seconds trying to be funny.
Well, Kyle's a stand-up comedian, remember?
No, not that Kyle. Kyle Draper.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying all the air hosts.
All right.
Right. Whitey be the best, right? Like,
yeah, Whitey done some stuff on stage too, like that. I think he has before.
He did a weekend horror film.
Yes,
hosted for Fox 40, but that wasn't comedy. But yeah. Why do you just get up there with his guitar? I'm trying to think of who'd struggle the most. Probably Kyle. Could Kyle get up and be funny?
Yeah. He's hosted events before.
Okay. I probably would. Maybe it's me. I'd get up there and just freak out. There are too many people. Run off the stage like dude in Austin Powers, who was the son, who ran off the stage all weird looking.
Scott.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm looking forward. I'm already going to pre-promote tomorrow's show.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to Naked Gun Wednesday. In the meantime, I guess we have some sports to get to, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Leading off right now, please.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Houston and Texas both lost tonight. If Seattle wins, they'll pick up a game on Houston. 0-2, and Schumann swings and misses. That's exactly what will happen. Seattle wins 3-1. In the opening game of this series, Munoz gets the save, and the Mariners improve to 57-50.
Yeah. Didn't work out for the A's. The Mariners beat them. And I mean, what are you gonna say, man? What are you gonna do? The A's beat the hell out of the Astros, and then the Mariners come in and take care of business 3-1. Mostly surprised. I mean, look, giving up 3 runs to the Mariners, there's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, good job by JP Sears and the bully there. But I mean, my goodness, you only manage 1 run on 7 hits, and Nick Kurtz just 1 of 4. Jason is the ride over.
Yeah. Well, you're saying, what are you going to say about the A's? I'm going to say that they cannot any longer get to 162. That dream is over.
That dream is, as Crowded House once said, the dream is over.
Hey now.
Cal Raleigh, though, caught stealing.
Yeah.
And
stolen bases and 4,000 home runs and a caught stealing. First player ever to do that.
Is he now out of the AL MVP race?
That cost him.
Also, the Giants, we'll talk about them later. I don't know what the hell they are. I've said that 50 times this year. 5-3 the final, or excuse me, that was 5-3 the final. That was the other day. They lose to the Pirates. And yeah, dude, they lost to the Pirates. I'm not saying they should have swept the Pirates and maybe they'll do better the rest of the way, but goodness gracious, great balls or whatever the hell. It's yeah, dude. They have this habit of losing to really crappy teams a lot.
Barry Bonds revenge game. Wait, what? Yeah.
With the carry the one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. All right. Number 2, please.
2.
Ow. Sorry.
How did that get there?
So well done. It's just so well done. It was so well done that honestly, it took me a second to realize why we were even, doing that. But now I know, because Christian Wilkinson, it was made public yesterday. It was released in part for weirdness vibes, it seems, as Adam Schefter of ESPN reported that he kissed a fellow player on the head and the teammate took offense to it. It was not the sole reason he was cut, but he had been recovering from a Jones fracture injury last October. But apparently the rehab, he just kind of been farting around. And so they voided the remaining $35.2 million in guaranteed money. Yeah, that's a grievance with the NFLPA. Any other Players Association, I'd say he's getting it all back plus fines, but I doubt it. One source said the interaction was playful, but the teammate didn't see it that way, and a complaint was filed to the Raiders Human Resources Department, Jason.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a strange story. Christian Wilkins was like their big signing last offseason, big move. Everybody was surprised by it that they were able to get him. And you figure all the moves they've been making, that he'd be a big part of what they're trying to do when their season starts. And now he's gone. I mean, that's just to cut him loose like that. That's crazy.
I'm going to put Chris in the spotlight here in a second. And I think he'll do just fine, because I hear this story, and on the surface, because my feet are caught into 2 generations, my initial response when I read it is probably something like, He kissed a teammate playfully on the forehead, and the guy went to HR and reported it. And this is NFL football. What the hell are we? Seriously, that happened. That's an HR violation to you. Football. That's what we're doing here. Like, I don't know if I'm more upset at Christian Wilkinson for being weird or whoever that other player was for reporting him to HR. So that's the first indication. But the proper take on this, Chris, is
I just think that I don't know. I'd have to see the intentions.
Okay, this is never going to happen.
I feel like
Chicken
that
tonight.
is something that happened, but I felt that the Raiders used it to offload a contract that they didn't want to use.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
All right, as we go to break then, I want you to be honest here. It's never going to happen. You know it will never happen. I'm just curious, though. If one day I came in and playfully kissed you on the forehead, are you reporting me?
It depends on the situation.
Okay, good question. I come into work. It's 20 minutes before the show. Sometimes you and I will pass in the halls before the show on the way to the coffee machine.
Wow, you're here 20 minutes before the show.
Dude, I was there. I was there almost an hour early on Friday, so shut up. And I grab you by both sides of the head lightly, and I just plant a nice kiss on your forehead. Am I getting a call into the office later?
No.
Okay.
I think if you were to do something like that, it would be more of a, what are you doing?
It's literally an impossible thing to imagine that I would do something like that, but it's good to know. Good to know. I'll be back next week. We'll take a break. Because I'm literally picturing it in my head, and it's making me kind of laugh because I think you and I would just stare. That's the type of thing where if that ever happened, Chris, you need to check me for an earpiece because my wife and kids are being held hostage, and that person is making me do things that I don't want to do, and everyone's in danger.
Oh, Black Mirror situation.
What? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'll text you. Okay. Sorry, I misheard you. When we come back, safe her out. The Giants are stupid. Bryce Harper is a hothead. And let me segue off of that because I just laughed. This is no laughing matter. A hero of mine, and I think a hero of many people listening to this program of a certain age, passed away yesterday. We will talk about that both next and throughout the day. We'll be right back on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross and Chris Roland right after
The
this.
only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A+ Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Averyana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, You need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
It's back to school season, and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team? We can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox disinfecting wipes. Teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
Whitey here, and I want to remind you, not all grills are created equal. The Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers are built different, built better, and built to last, with features other grills can't match, complete with a lifetime warranty. It's a great time to find out for yourself because Napoleon's Pro Summer Blast is on right now. Save up to $400 today on a Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Grill. Become the envy of your neighborhood. Offer ends July 31st, 2025. Visit your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply and get grilling today on your new Napoleon Prestige Pro Grill. Napoleon Stainless Steel Grills, simply the best.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our Giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right. Welcome back. Got some NFL notes next. Looking some really good news out of Colorado with Deion Sanders. Also some really good news out of Santa Clara with Brock Purdy, as a matter of fact. 2 types of completely different news, but both good. In the meantime, safe or out, question 1.
Does it seem like the Giants have a weird habit of losing to really bad teams?
Yes. Yes, it does. And it's a very maddening habit. There was that stretch, I think, when they, I want to say they lost like 6 of 7 to the White Sox and Marlins. Look, I struggle with this Giants team because in a big way, they're better than I thought they would be. I think they're better than a lot of people thought they would be. If you told me in March that we'd be sitting in almost August now, and the Giants would be a game over 500, I would not have likely thought that to be true. But here they are. On the other hand, with great, or should I say some success comes some expectation. And I expect this team to be able to beat the Pirates and the White Sox and the Marlins on a regular basis. Jason, it's just one game, and we could be sitting here at the end of the Pirate series going, oh, okay, well, they won the series. But come on, man, after 3 at home where they got blown out by the Mets or beaten by the Mets 3 straight, you'd like to see a win against the Pirates.
For sure. And, look at them right now, like you said, losing the 3 to the Mets. They lose the first one to the Pirates. They've got 2 more with the Pirates, but they're also fortunate that they don't see Skeens because he pitched Sunday. And then they get the Mets again in New York and then the Pirates again. So they're in this Mets-Pirates sandwich. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the next time they play in Pittsburgh next week, I think they're missing Skeens again. So
wow,
they've got to take advantage of that. If that's in fact, he might pitch that last one. I'm not sure yet, but you've got to take advantage of that. Pittsburgh hasn't been a good team, and the fact that the Giants have been struggling. This should be the get right series. So I think they got to win the next two to feel like, they're back on track. If they even split these two, that's another losing series, and they're just clearly going the wrong direction.
Question 2.
Bryce Harper and Rob Manfred went face-to-face in a clubhouse meeting. Is there more to this?
Yeah, this leaked out. There was a meeting, and at one point, Bryce Harper apparently got nose-to-nose with Rob Manfred and said, if you're going to talk about this, get the blank out of the clubhouse. And Manfred, the way it was phrased, it sounded like Valky Bartakamus. He was like, I will not get out of the clubhouse. and then whatever happened. And apparently they shook hands before the end of it. Yeah, there's more to it, dude. We're going to talk about this a little bit later. There's a storm brewing in Major League Baseball, and some of us grew up knowing Donald Fear way too well, or whomever was the latest baseball players union rep. If the NFL Players Association is the weakest, and it is, baseball historically, their Players Association has generally been the strongest. The players have been set up the best to be able to hold out and do the things they feel they need to do. But Jason, there is a lot more to this. We'll expand on it later, but I think baseball is in a lot of trouble in a couple of years.
Well, and that's not good, right? It's a sport that's already been struggling a bit. I don't think any kind of potential stoppage or anything like that would be awful for it. So, maybe in one way, could this bring, light to something that could help alleviate that? That's what I would hope for. But I don't think the last thing you want in any sport is the guy running the sport having an incident with one of the stars, I would say, of the sport. And that's just an awful look for baseball.
Yeah, it is. It's about the CBA. It's about a proposed salary cap and a lot more. So we'll talk about that because I don't have a lot of confidence with the CBA expiring in a couple of years. They're going to figure this out. This really does seem like they're steamrolling towards something that's not good for anybody, but especially fans. Number 3, please.
What's your favorite memory of Ryne Sandberg?
So, of course, this question was going to be in there today. Ryne Sandberg of the Cubs passed away yesterday after a long bout with prostate cancer. By the way, it's a reminder. I'm sure Ryne would want any of us to say this. Get checked, guys. Get checked as early as you can. It is generally a preventable or a treatable in most cases. My father-in-law also passed from it. But in Ryan's case, trying to come up with a specific memory, I looked through his history to see if something would jar my memory, and there were a couple things that did. But honestly, Jason, I told a story last week about me and my friend Chris. His dad was often gone as a truck driver, and anytime there was every once in a while there'd be a lot of day baseball, including not that Chris, my other friend Chris, whose dad was a truck driver, and we would go to his house with a couple 2-liters and watch day baseball. And inevitably, WGN and the Chicago Cubs were always day baseball. And the Cubs sucked for a long time. I want to say they only made the playoffs 2 years in Ryne Sandberg's career, including an MVP year in 1984, 10 all-star appearances. He was just such a stud that I think my favorite memory were watching the WGN promos all those years when they didn't have anybody. Like, they didn't have anybody. This is before even Kerry Wood, Mark Pryor in that version.
Yeah.
And it would always watch Ryne Sandberg and the Chicago Cubs take on Jeff Treadway at the Atlanta Braves or whatever. He was always the guy, and he never complained, and he worked harder than anybody, and he kept his head down. And whether you are into bat flips and all that stuff or not, he always took respect for the game to the next level. His head was always down when he ran the bases, blah, 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 all that stuff. He was just the model of a freaking ball player, man, front to back, and he will be missed.
So same kind of the consistency, the class, and all that kind of stuff that he played with. I was looking up some stats yesterday of him, and it's kind of amazing. He's kind of had all of it. Like, he had all the benchmark stats. You know, he had a 100-run season. Now, he didn't put them all together in 1 year, but the fact that he was able to do all of it, 200-hit season, 40 home runs in a year, 50-plus stolen bases in a season, 100 RBI. He kind of scattered those over his career. And then the other one that stood out to me, I remember when we were talking about the home run derby a couple weeks ago, and he was one of the guys on the list of people that won the home run derby in their hometown. And I remember reading about it then. I had to go back last night and read it again, and I pulled up this article. This doesn't even make sense to me, and I don't know if you remember this, Dave, because I don't. It was 1990.
Yep.
Home run derby. So Ryne Sandberg won the home run derby that had Matt Williams, Mark McGwire, Ken Griffey, and Jose Canseco. And I went, wait, why am I not remembering this? He won with a total of 3 home runs. So part of it was a little bit of a different structure. I think they had 2 innings and you got 5 outs. So if you hit a home run, it's a home run. If you didn't hit a home run, it was an out. And I guess it was super windy at Wrigley. But he won it with 3 home runs, and I do not remember that home run derby at all.
And the thing you don't remember, and I was watching clips of it not the other night. I was watching clips of it last night because I specifically thought the same thing you did. One thing a lot of people forget about the 1990 home run derby, and you also wonder, well, how is, no offense to Ryne Sandberg, but how is he beating Jose Canseco and Mark McGwire amongst others? It's because that's the year they tried releasing rabid German Shepherds while everybody was hitting.
That's what it was.
Remember that?
Well,
so yeah,
more power to him, right? Literally.
I mean, literally, you're dodging dogs trying to bite you while swinging at pitches, and he managed to hit 3.
I should have remembered that.
I don't know why you didn't, but you know what? We're all getting older, Jason.
Yeah, it's true.
We'll talk more about Ryne later and losing our sports heroes in general. We'll take a break. When we come back, NFL notes for you, including this Christian Wilkins thing and great news for Deion and Brock Purdy. Also some Niner notes as well. We'll get to that right after this.
Never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by DTLA Law Group. Denzel Clark, out with that right adductor strain, is going to be out until late August. Manager Mark Kotze said Clark will probably require a couple weeks from the date of his placement on the IL. Brady Basso, out with that left shoulder strain, is scheduled to throw 20 pitches upcoming in batting practice. He had been pulled off of his rehab assignment in mid-June. That was your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by DTLA Law Group. It's Alan Stiles here. You injured at work? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay $0 up front. Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Seems like back to school happens earlier each year.
First day of school coming in hot.
And this year, my kids had massive supply lists.
Folders, notebooks, and pens. Oh, the humanity.
But Staples had everything I needed, with some items just 25 cents.
Watch the small print.
No. My back-to-school budget was saved by Staples Easy Button.
Everything for school. In stock and as low as 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. In 23 while supplies last.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Look, I've played a lot of golf courses in Sacramento, but if you want pristine conditions, a fun layout, and 27 holes that never get old, Timber Creek and Sierra Pines is the spot. The fairway is perfect. The greens, smooth and true. The practice facility, next level. And whether you're out for a casual round or hosting a big tournament, Timber Creek delivers every time. The course is always in top shape. The staff treats you right. And the experience, it's unmatched. It's easily my favorite place to play in Sacramento. Book your tee time now at timbercreekgc.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
During the break, Chris and Jason called me. I wish they hadn't. I already thought Chris was questionable when it came to character, but I don't know, Jason, over the top.
It was a moment for sure.
You mishear things, and then when it's not as bad as you think it is.
For you, but for others.
Yeah, for you. I would have, personally, by the way, I would have chosen the opposite, just for the record.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not getting that kiss on the forehead.
I said it. Oh, boy. Welcome back. Wonderful to be with you all. 1-800-920-1140 is your phone number. 916-339-1140 is where you can text us. And, of course, get on the YouTubes. Get on the YouTubes and say hi to everybody in the YouTube chat, like Tom and MC and Julie and Christian and Peg and, everybody in there. We appreciate you. We appreciate you listening.
Hi.
In many cases, all 4 hours of the program. But, even if you can catch 10, 20 minutes here and there, hey, it all helps. Congratulations and, oh, boy, to Brock Purdy, as he and his lovely wife have welcomed their first child. Can I just say, you know what I want to try to do? I want to break this down, but from a purely sports standpoint. Not great news for the Niners.
Because
anyone who's had a kid knows that first it's crying, you're up all night, you're helping out. I wonder how that works in the household. Like if you're a professional NFL player like Brock Purdy and you're making like $900 million a year now and the baby cries, like, does he ever have to get up and help? Or is it like, I got it. You have to go training camp in the morning or whatever, like from a sports standpoint, baby, I would say equivalent to, especially first baby, equivalent to if we heard that Brock Purdy suffered a slight ankle sprain today.
Yeah, but don't you feel like, based on what we know of the personality of Brock Purdy, he's getting up?
Yes, I do. No, yeah. I 100% agree with you. And as a 49er fan, look, you got to do better than this. The season's about to start and you just had your first baby. There's ways that, look, have the baby in February, or March, April, May, June even. But once we get to go time, we don't have time for this baby crap.
Yeah, so I think, could he ever get away with a line like sometimes like, I got to go to work in the morning or whatever. It's like, I got to be a quarterback in the NFL.
Okay, I'm just going to be really honest here. And I'm not trying to offend anybody here.
Oh, here we go.
if I'm in that situation and I'm Brock Purdy, and Melissa and I just had Avery, and my job is my job, and her job is probably to run the household, and it's a job. There's nothing wrong with that. But we also got to triage and prioritize here. I'm the breadwinner. All right. So when it comes to baby stuff, like you need me to hold the baby for dinner and help feed it and all that's fine. If it's 2 a.m. and baby's crying, there's not a shot in hell, unless you're sick or injured, not a shot in hell I'm getting up to help with baby. And this is coming from a guy that literally split baby duties, literally and figuratively, for both my children. So I'm not trying to do a holier than thou. I'm saying if I'm Brock Purdy and I'm making $40-50 million a year, she's taking care of the baby in the middle of the night.
I mean, when you're talking those kind of figures, to each their own, but do they have someone there? They can pay for that?
100%. I'll bet you part of their deal is his deal with Toyota is he gets a nanny.
Yeah, the backup QP.
You know, and then there's that fine line when you're that rich. Like, how much of it do you want to delegate to nanny? And then how much of it is like, well, this is bonding and stuff. I don't want my kid like reaching, because that would be heartbreaking, right? Unless you're like just some lame rich person. But if you're really into your kids, I don't want my kid ever reaching for the nanny when he or she's hurting or sad. That would break my heart.
A nighttime nanny is all you need.
NTN?
Yes. Travis NTN.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Like, but from a purely football standpoint, and that's really where I wish I was a part of the working Niner media, because that's the interview I would want to have is what's his name? Brock. Congratulations on being a father. It's an amazing experience, and God bless you and your beautiful family. How is this going to affect your football, though? Because that's what we're here for. I'm not. Look, I want the baby to grow up to be an amazing person, but I'm not going out and getting any Brock Purdy's baby jerseys. I want a Super Bowl ring. So figure it out, dude. Like, and by the way, way to wait to have the baby after you sign the giant contract, right?
Smart play.
You timed that part, but you have the baby. There should be an NFL rule. No babies after July 1st. Because even if the baby got had during the season, you could argue at least he's on the road 8-9 times a year.
Yeah, but then he maybe would have had an opportunity maybe he would have missed a game for the birth of the baby.
Oh, yeah. Which you have to do. From the 530, of course, Dave split baby duties. Well, what does that mean? What do you mean, of course? I don't feel like that was said as a compliment. Of course I did. And now, look, I'm sure if Melissa was on the phone right now, she'd say, yeah, split them like 70-30 me, which is probably true.
I think that's, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for, I'm with you. I tried, I attempted. I don't know what the percentage would have been. I would say it would probably, I'm sure, lean to my wife more.
Yeah.
But I know I did my part. Feel good about that.
Absolutely. I helped in more ways. First off, I helped create the baby. Hello. And then, thank you. Congratulations to me on that twice.
I know. Why aren't people talking about that more?
Hello. We did our part. Secondly, I tried to get involved more. I'm sure sometimes I got the Heisman from the wife. She's like, nah, I got it. Get out of here. I don't know. It's probably a mom thing. Hell, I get it, man. Like, if I carried something around in my tummy for 10 months and other than red meat, yeah, I'd probably be more attached to it too. Anyway, Congratulations, Brock Purdy. You better have a good year. Deion Sanders is now cancer-free. Deion's had some issues, man, with his toes and now with his, his bladder. He was dealing with cancer, and I mean, a lot of scary stuff. But now the great news is, and I apologize, Florida State's Deion Sanders announced yesterday that he underwent surgery to remove his bladder after, I hadn't read that yet. After doctors discovered a tumor there. Since the surgery, there have been no traces of cancer. He'll continue to coach this season. That's great. And as Doc said, he's cured of cancer. Dr. Janet Kukraya, the director of urological oncology at the University of Colorado Cancer Center. Good for them. The bladder tumor was discovered during a regular routine vascular exam that he has to have because of his history of blood clots in his legs. I don't know if this is an accurate statement, but I always like to look at the bright side of everything. Jason, it might be possible that all the stuff he's been dealing with his toes weirdly saved his life. That's how I'm going to choose to think. Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's as fine as any way to think of it. But yeah, that's, encouraging. I know there was a little bit of a mystery about him a few weeks ago, and he wasn't wanting to talk about his health, but now it's out, and that's good. I mean, this is good news, right? Good news that he's cancer-free, and hopefully he can keep going forward in a productive and positive way for him. And that's always scary for sure.
Yeah. And look, I've said before, I've followed Deion since he was in high school, being a Florida State recruit. And even if he wasn't and I didn't, I would still want to be delicate with this. But I'm going to have to look, I don't claim to be the smartest guy in the world. But I'm going to have to do some off-air research so I don't sound stupider than I normally do. But I got to be honest with you, man. When I read that line, again, it's a real stupid question to ask, but I did not know you could function without a bladder. They said they removed his bladder.
Is that right?
Yeah, that line was saying he had his bladder removed.
I don't know.
It's like a kidney where you have two. He removed his blood. I mean, I'm sure there's ways. I'm guessing, there's probably whatever. Say he's got to wear a bag or something. I'm just, golly, dude, you're going back to coaching and you don't have your bladder, which, God, I have a lot of questions about that I would not ask at a press conference. But man, good for him. Good for you. The world is better with Deion Sanders in it. And, lots of luck. We'll take a break. When we return, hey, top of the hour to you. I don't even know what accent that was. Free for Madness. And I'm excited for this one because the subject of Three for Madness predominantly is Chris's favorite flavor. Am I having a stroke? Chris's favorite player, Luka Doncic. We'll get right back right after this.
Visit SackDownSports.com and join the Sackdown Sports 1140 newsletter.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Summer's flying by, and that back-to-school checklist, it's growing fast. New backpack? Check. School supplies? Check. Dentist appointment? Let's fix that. Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics is making it easy to cross dental checkups off your summer list fast with priority scheduling for new patients and kid-friendly care that makes them smile. It's one less thing to worry about before fall. Call now or book online at kidscaredental.com. That's kidscaredental.com, because healthy smiles should be the easiest thing to check off your summer list.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, inviting you to come join them every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. It's a safe and friendly environment, plenty of well-lit parking available, and it's conveniently located right there in downtown Sacramento. And remember, best food, best service, best games, 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, by his standards, Lawrence Butler isn't having the kind of season he expected, but still, Lawrence is just 25, and he's only played the equivalent of 2.5 seasons in the minor leagues. And now he's on a pace to become the first athletic since Coco Crisp back in 2013 to go 20-20. 20 homers and 20 stolen bases. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. It's how retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And it's how healthcare offices become data-managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Welcome back. Hour number 2. I think we might actually get a full Jason Ross today. Which
are you sure?
I mean, I know. Bad timing.
Right.
What is he? Me? Jeez. 1-800-912-1140. What?
I think you might have missed break time.
Why don't I ever get that grace from you when I do it, though? You're always like, oh, you're unprofessional.
Because I'm usually yelling back at you. We're back.
We're back. Let's see. Someone questioning how would I follow Deion when he was a high school football his senior year. When there used to be a little report that would go out that we'd get on Florida. I mean, you got to remember this is before the internet, but big Florida State recruits. And
was it like a newsletter or something?
Yeah, it was basically a newsletter, and he was
weird. I'm just like, wow, they would just mail it to you.
Yeah, 100%, dude. And Deion was on the radar going to school out there for a while, and I was just a little kid that was obsessed with everything Florida State. Same thing with guys like Peter Tom Willis, Pat Hunter. These are not your more well-known names, but yeah, I've had Deion on the radar for a long, long time. So it's once a Noel, always Noel. That's what they don't say, but they kind of do. Jason Ross, it's time for 3 for Madness.
Do it.
Hey, how about question 1?
Luka Doncic is on the cover of Men's Health with a seemingly rejuvenated body. Did Nico Harrison create a monster?
I mean, dude, look, baby oil and some poses can do a lot of things, but he looks good. He looks like he's been working on it. Now I'm going to look. He obviously, Jason, has been working really hard. You can tell there has been a change in his body. Mm-hmm. Body fat wise, definition wise. However, and a lot of basketball fans will know this, that doesn't always mean it's a good thing. And we don't have to go that far to remember a certain De'Aaron Fox. God, I want to say maybe it was his 3rd or 4th offseason, and he just came back yoked. Like, he came back and there was visible weight gain, and all of it was muscle. Mm-hmm. But then as the season progressed, he was struggling, and they had sussed out that he kind of got a little too bulky, which even in fractionals on his speed and on his quickness, more importantly, was hampering him a little bit. So by the end of the season, which is natural, you're doing a lot more cardio than weightlifting during the season through the games, his body looked a little bit more De'Aaron Foxy classic than it did big Adonis Hulk De'Aaron. So I'm not going to sit here and say that a super duper ripped Luka Doncic is automatically going to step his game up. It may actually have the opposite effect. We'll have to see, but he's obviously taking his offseason conditioning very seriously.
Yeah, and I don't know if I would give Nico Harrison the credit there, but it's probably a combination of several things. One being, just 2 years ago, they're in the finals, so he got a taste of what it took to get there. So when you come up short, usually there's some sort of drive. I'm sure the trade made some sort of impact. Playing with LeBron, who famously has done an amazing job to keep his body healthy. So, and maybe one last chance with LeBron to try to win a title, whether they're good enough or not, I'm not sure. But that, I feel like all of it has probably been some sort of motivating. And look, what some of those things that came out of Dallas that was said about him, whether true or not, we heard it, whether it was lack of defense, concerned about his conditioning, lifestyle, all that stuff. So he's at least attacking that for the offseason.
I say good for him. But question 2.
Question 2.
Am I supposed to read this?
I'll read it.
Yes,
Chris,
Jason, please read it.
If Luka turns into an Adonis, how will you insult him now?
Well, as a fat guy that lost a bunch of weight, I can tell you you're always a fat guy.
Is that true?
Yeah.
So while he's looking shredded, you're going to say that he's a fat guy.
Yeah. Look at Tubbers over here.
Tubbers.
Wow.
It might get worse.
Wow. Because
it's like obviously not.
So the work, he can't do anything.
No.
He's done.
Jason, you know what I just kind of realized, though? I've never really thought down this road before, but technically, isn't Chris's bit with Luka Doncic incredibly anti-Chris?
Yeah.
Yes.
because he's
he wasn't here when we had that question of who I would want to do a road trip with in the NBA.
Right.
I wasn't?
No, you're on vacation. He gave me a list. Jason gave me a list of players, and the one that I picked was Luka Doncic. I'd want to do a cross country
he had
road
one
trip
seat
with.
available, and he picked Luka.
Why?
Because he's like a partier.
We thought he hated him.
Chris, you're, what as the kids say, what do you call it? Oh, woke. That's you. So isn't technically you're body shaming Luka Doncic, man? Isn't that a major no-no?
I guess.
Do you owe Luka Doncic an apology?
No.
All right.
What if he, for the rest of his career, was shredded? Like it wasn't just an off-season.
Here's the thing. I would stop making fun of him if he won a championship.
That's what it'll be?
Mm-hmm.
What if he was Oliver Miller? Like he got so heavy, but that's when he won a championship. Like it was the opposite. Like he gets shredded this year and doesn't have a good year.
I think I would celebrate his roundness then.
Wow. What if he got okay? So
here's the thing I will say. I'm already right with my prediction on Luka is already correct. No matter what happens in his career, I said he was never going to win a championship with Dallas, and I was correct.
Well, then, but isn't it time to forgive and forget? Then it's not like it's his fault he's not in Sacramento.
Yeah, I know. And it's not, I've said this a bunch of times. It's not even that I don't like Luka or anything like that. But when he was being drafted, all you heard was, oh, guaranteed multiple championships, guaranteed multiple MVPs, first ballot Hall of Famer. And it's like, this is insane to put on this person.
So I'm going to make fun of his weight.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to make fun of his weight for all these.
It's like, if when Luka hears that, you don't hear him getting like upset about that. The people that get the most upset about that are the Luka stans that think that he can't do anything wrong.
So your issue is really more with Luka stans than it is with Luka.
Yes.
All Luka's done is get drafted into the NBA, go where he's supposed to go, do what he's supposed to do, lead that team or help lead that team to the finals, and then basically get traded and publicly called a big fat lard.
Here's the thing, too, of the way people were describing him coming into the league. If he were to have Dirk Nowitzki's career in Dallas, it would be a failure to how high they put for his
Well, I don't disagree with that, but you can't blame the player for that.
No.
Okay, what about this? All right, last one. Luka gets shredded, but it's only temporary. Turns out he's snorting Ozempic or something. He's cheating. Okay, all right. And then he goes to Ozempic rehab and realizes you know what, my relationship with food, it gives me happiness. But then he starts blowing up. To Jason's point, is there a point where Luka Doncic could get so overweight that you'd be like, ugh, yeah, dude, I can't really do that
where
anymore.
it's maybe dangerous for him, and it's
yeah, where you to yourself are God, it used to be funny because it was well, he's a world-class athlete who happens to be thicker than a Snicker, but now his number is 0, which is also a portrait. It's not great. I need to back off.
Yeah, I'd probably start doing that.
Okay, well, all right, well, there's that, Jason.
Yeah, okay, so we've got that clear.
Question 3.
Then the Kings would probably pick him up.
Right.
And Bagley.
Question 3. Please.
Question 3.
Jonathan Kuminga apparently wants a contract in the $30 million a year range. Is that realistic?
I mean, there's two forks to this question. Is that realistic from a could he get it? And then is it realistic as far as does he deserve it? Meaning, I always say, I always say if they give it to him, that's his value. But I mean, look, there is a world in which $30 million for Jonathan Kuminga is an incredible steal. That's just a fact. There really is. He is 22 years old. He has shown flashes of awesome. I get it. I really do. There is a world in which he earns every part of that and then some. But I don't think we're in that world right now. I think at least 50%. If you look, Jason, just at Jonathan Kuminga's statistics to date, he's maybe a $10 million a year player, but that's not what anyone's paying for. I mean, let me just hold on. Maybe I misspoke. Let me grab old Johnny Kuminga's stats here, lifetime. All right, so he has been in the league 4 years. He averages 12.5 points, 4 boards, just under 2 assists, a half a block, a half a steal on 50, 33, 69. Okay. Yeah, dude, that's at best a $10 million player at best, but probably more like a $7 or $8 million player. But here's the thing. That's not what you're paying for. You're paying for what he did against Minnesota. You're paying for the flashes of an amazing player that he has shown. And you're paying for the fact that he's 22 years old and already has 4 years experience. You're paying for his potential as much as anything else. So I don't think he gets 30, but I think in the end he gets 23, 24.
Yeah, I think timing is what you said, the two forks to this question. The timing is the part where I would say 2 years ago, if Kuminga is going into that offseason the same way he is now, he's 100% getting that because more teams had money, more teams were spending money. I think teams are getting tighter around their salary cap. So I think he's in a bad timing of it where you'd go, has he earned the 30 million? Maybe not, but it's exactly what you said, Dave. You're going off potential. So I think let's just pretend that today some team gave him a $30 million deal. I think that deal could be looked at the beginning in the infancy of it as wow, that's an overpay. But maybe if it was a 4-year, $30 million, so it's 120, by the end you go, that's kind of if he lived up to the potential, people could then go, wow, that was quite a nice contract for him that he performed for. So I'm just going to give you a few guys that are in the 30-ish range right now.
Okay.
From 33 to 28 million, this is a list of about 10 to 12 guys. Jalen Green, Emmanuel Quickly, Drew Holiday, Jeremy Grant, Jordan Poole, Tyler Hero, Julius Randle. So some good players. DeJounte Murray, Kristaps Porzingis, CJ McCollum, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Jalen Johnson. So there's some guys in there that maybe have played to that level, others that they're hoping to play to that level. And I think that's where Kuminga is more like in that Jalen Johnson, that young guy, Jalen Green, hey, look, they've shown us some flashes. Where will he be in 2 to 3 years? and will we have a true like value to the contract in those kind of guys?
That's interesting, Jason. Grab that list again. I want to. I'm going to try to do something here because it did sound like around 8 to 10 players you read off.
Yeah.
Trying to think of a situation here for a question I want to ask myself. If the Kings had the option to grab any of those players, including Kuminga, on the same exact contract and to trade the same exact thing, who would I want more than Jonathan Kuminga? So go ahead and read those off again, if you would.
I know your answer was going to be, I think. All right. Let me give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12 players.
Okay.
And these guys are Jalen Green's on the high end making 33.3 and Hartenstein's on the low end at 28.5, but they're all between 28.5 and 33.3.
So let's say they're all making, just for argument, they're all making $25 million a year for 3 years. Just even everything out.
All right.
So Jalen Green's the first one.
Emmanuel Quickly.
Yeah. I'd probably take Emmanuel Quickly.
Okay. This is in place of Kuminga or like the same?
I would take Quickly over. If you gave me a choice between getting Quickly on a $25 million a year deal, trading the same amount we would trade for Kuminga to Quickly, would I rather have Quickly or Kuminga? I'm trying to figure out what Kuminga's value is in comparison to these other players. So yeah, I would take Green and Quickly over Kuminga.
Drew Holiday?
No.
Interesting.
Let me explain. I think Drew Holiday is a better player than Jonathan Kuminga right now. I do, but I think Kuminga has a lot more years ahead of him, obviously, than Holiday does behind him. I think ultimately Kuminga is going to give you more bang for the buck over the duration. It's age only.
Jeremy Grant.
Kuminga for sure.
Jordan Poole.
Kuminga for sure.
Tyler Hero. I know you're going to say here. Julius Randle.
I obviously I should and will say Rand. I get it. I know why you think what you're thinking, and you're not wrong. But I can't escape the idea that there's something else with Julius Randle when it comes to teams that bothers them or the clubhouse or whatever. I'm still taking Julius Randle, but I had to think about it.
DeJounte Murray.
So I'm going to take Kuminga here largely because of Murray's injury issues.
Fair.
That's all.
Porzingis.
Definitely, I would take Jonathan Kuminga.
CJ McCollum.
Similar to Drew Holiday, I would take Kuminga.
Jalen Johnson of the Hawks. To me, that's a comp. Like, that's on young potential, done some things. And, I mean, he's making 30 for this year, next year, the year. Like, he's got 30 even. He's right on the $30 million mark.
Let me look at Jalen Johnson again.
30 million over the next 4 years for him.
The thing is that he doesn't turn 24 to December. Okay. And he's averaging 19, 10, and 5.
Yeah.
I love Jalen Johnson. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't overrating Jalen Johnson. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the problem with Jalen Johnson, honestly, for me, is he's been in the league 4 seasons. He's played 184 games. It's the only thing that gives me pause. He averages, let me do the math here. He averages 41. Is that right? 41 games a year.
And you said he was 19, 10, and 5?
19, 10, and 5.
Would Kuminga have that on a team? Like, if he was literally given the minutes that, I mean, I'm asking, I don't know the answer, but
no, I think it's,
if he was on Toronto and they said, you're our starting 4 and you're playing every minute.
So let me just see here. Just remember the 35.7. 35.7. All right, let me bring up Kuminga because I want to give you. I think it's a hell of a question, Jason. Let me give you the answer here. 35.7. So last year, Kuminga averaged 15 and 4.5 and a little over 2 assists.
Okay,
but he did it in 24.3 minutes. So Johnson did it. 35.7 minutes and also starters minutes.
So points, he's probably there. Rebounds, close. Assists, I would say he wouldn't be, but that's okay.
No, I would say I think with those minutes, you're probably looking at 20, 21 points. You're probably looking at 8 boards.
3 assists.
Maybe, yeah, exactly. And maybe a full block a game a little. I mean, it is. It really is. And the thing with Kuminga, we continue to go back to the same thing. The Kings are the team that you have to take some of these flyers. Like you do. You have to. They're not in a, for the same group out there that's like, I don't want to rebuild. I don't want to tank. Okay, well, this is one of those times where, and I think the Warriors are shrewd about this. They understand that the value with Kuminga is in those flashes and that potential. But I will say this. It does seem like the Warriors are willing to give him up for, I think has been reported, and I think it's a right report, a talented young player, not an all-star, but somebody that just, again, somebody like Keon Ellis or somebody like that, and a protected first-round pick. They're willing to do that. Here's one of the biggest pauses I have with Jonathan Kuminga. If there are issues enough to where they're willing to let him go on a Warriors team that has the foundation they have with Steve Kerr and Draymond Green and obviously Steph Curry, and they didn't solve the riddle, or at least enough to hold on to him, well, I have infinitely more respect for the culture and the stability of the Warriors franchise as I do the Sacramento Kings franchise. So is that an issue?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, that's where I land. Like to me, the idea of Jonathan Kuminga as a player. So let's remove him somehow in our minds from the Warriors and say all the things you said about him, Dave. 24, potential, still getting there. Like all the things to me would add up to a team like Sacramento going, that is a risk worth taking. It's not a guy that hasn't played in the NBA. It's a guy that when we've seen play checks a ton of boxes. I think the other bonus, if you're Sacramento, let's just pretend, again, not the Warrior part, but it's Kuminga as a player, the concept of him. Kings added him today. We don't know what it would be for, but I think he immediately slides to the 4. Keegan goes to the 3. You address DeRozan via trade or bench or Levine. I think you've balanced the roster pretty quickly in that, not balanced it completely, but like the starting lineup much better. That to me is all the positives. Age, potential. I don't think the contract would be like absurd. All of that. The one I can't ignore is what you just said. Like the Warriors have as good of a winning culture as anybody. Veterans that have policed that team well. They've won consistently. And the fact that even while he was there at times, like, why doesn't he play? Like, why? Why is he not featured on that team? To me, to have Butler, Draymond, and Steph kind of when they sorted that all out, and then him with that group consistently seemed like it made a ton of sense, but that didn't always happen. So that flag, whatever that is one that intrigues me as to why. Why was that going on there of all places? Whereas, and maybe it's, hey, just a new team and just go and play will be the thing, but I would have some reservations about that.
I agree with you. And look, we've unfortunately, and Kings fans, I don't blame them for not wanting to hear this line of thinking, but it would be silly to not, you have, just as older Kings fans will remember back in the early 2000s, the Vernon Maxwells and the John Barrys and the Scott Pollards and the Bobby Jacksons and seemingly every journeyman player that came here ended up revitalizing their career because of the culture and the system that the Kings had. Well, that can have opposite or separate effects. And right now, unfortunately, the Kings are in a spot where, look, Scott Perry has a pattern, at least, that I think one thing is identifiable. You'll remember that summer he was here with Vlade, the Kings signed Zach Randolph, Vince Carter, and George Hill. Well, they've already signed Dennis Schroeder. They're having conversations with Russell Westbrook. I don't think there's a third comp in there. Kuminga certainly doesn't apply. He's much, much younger. But I think Scott Perry likes to have those locker room guys, and that's the fix for the culture. Unfortunately, when he tried this before, George Hill was a wash. That just didn't work. Vince Carter is one of my favorite players of all time, and he definitely had some moments in Sacramento, but he was at the end of his time. And Zach Randolph, I would say all three of them were really non-factors. And we can't quantify, however, well, did those guys end up helping De'Aaron Fox and some other young guys develop and things we can't? Okay, so Kuminga coming here, as you said, you have to talk about it. If he can't make it in the Warriors culture, or at least isn't making it to the point where we're in the fourth year of his career and we're still wondering what the hell he is, it ain't getting better in Sacramento, almost certainly.
Yeah. And so I think now I don't blame him and his camp for wanting that. Kind of the standoff here is, what are the Warriors willing to get to? The teams that are interested, like the Kings, like, is there a tipping point? Is there someone else in the discussions that the Warriors are wanting that the Kings aren't willing to give up? So, there's no hurry here, but it probably needs to be addressed within a month or so.
I also think it's important to remember, too, how often do you see interdivision trades, especially for somebody who has potential? Like, the last thing the Warriors want is for their time to run out, and a team like the Kings, as unlikely as it is, pass them by being led by a guy they traded in their own division. I'm not saying that means it won't happen, but I'm saying historically it doesn't happen that often.
Right.
So we'll take a break. When we come back, that Bryce Harper meeting, he goes face-to-face in the clubhouse with MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred. We'll talk about what that was all about, what it could mean for baseball next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Man, look at that return of the old king, man. Oh, wow. Emotional.
King of the Hill is back.
They got a Bob's in the airport now. Oh, that's Boba.
World has changed, Dad.
Bobby wants to bring that new girl over for dinner.
The Vegas? What the hell am I supposed to feed her?
Can't we just put some grass in a bowl?
From Mike Judge and Greg Daniels.
Ready to make some memories, Dad?
Let's freaking go.
A Hulu original series, King of the Hill. Season premiere August 4th. Streaming on Hulu.
There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, but one thing's for sure. You need a PC you can rely on. Whether it's for school, gaming, or whatever your next chapter holds, Lenovo.com has the tech to help you succeed. Shop PCs right now at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale, where students can save more when they sign up for a Lenovo education account. Free shipping, easy returns, flexible financing. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-329-2121. That's 800-329-2121.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app. Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. I love this from the 209. Dave, you said Warriors are shrewd, and you're correct. But the Kings are shrewder.
I like it.
That's a banger. That's great. Welcome back. Jason.
Yes.
Apologies in the open as we were talking about various injuries. How was the tournament yesterday?
Oh, you're referring to my injury?
What injury?
I'm just kidding. I don't know. You said
No, we were talking about the stupid injuries I got, and then I wanted to make sure we had a chance to shout out Bobby Jackson in the tournament.
Yeah, it was great. Bobby Jackson was one of my favorites for sure. It was great to see him out there. He was in a group that had. I was a little confused by their group, Dave. Bobby Jackson teed off from 1A, which he should, and we were one hole ahead of them in 2A. Which, by the way, we had a star-studded group behind us. You know who 2B was a part of 2B?
Hold on. Let me guess. Timothy Chalamet, Brad Pitt, and Quentin Tarantino.
Close. Actually, let me see. Playing the role of Chalamet, Pitt, and Tarantino, you said?
Yeah.
Would be 3 local media members.
Okay. 3 local media members that play golf. Was Scott Moak in there?
No, but someone close to Moak.
Gary Gelfand.
Correct.
Okay. I wonder if Gary talked at all during the tournament.
And the other 2
usually keeps to himself.
Have been either on this station, worked at this station, or guests on this station.
Sean Cunningham? Does Sean even golf?
No. I don't know.
Or have worked at this station.
One definitely worked on this station.
Holy crap. Who has worked at the station that still is in media?
Come on.
I know I should know it.
Yes.
Matt George.
Correct.
Okay.
And then the other one has been a guest on this station and others, but has been on our station before.
Sam? No. Local media member that has been a guest on our show and others. Michelle Dapper? No.
No, but covers the Kings and the 49ers, or has.
Del Rogers? No.
No water.
Who?
Chris Biederman.
Oh, Biederman.
That was the group behind us. We were led by Scott Marsh, Frank LaRosa, and the G-Man, Gary Gerald.
That's a fun foursome, man.
So what's your guess on Team LaRosa, Gerald, Marsh, Ross on a scramble at out of 18? What do you think we scored out there at Rancho Marietta?
Okay. Marsh has that power draw as a lefty.
Does he?
Frank and Gary, and I say this with all love, they have perfected the old man golf game. They are good. Straight perfect for scrambles, dude. And Jason, you're the wild card, dude, because you'll launch balls every once in a while, maybe hit a tree. Yeah, but in a scramble doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let's see. 18 holes. par 72, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 63.
Wow. 9 under?
Uh-huh.
You think a lot higher of us than
Okay.
a lot higher.
I feel like we've gotten that before in scrambles together.
You're right.
Okay. Tough course.
Tough course. I will say that for sure. I'm proud of our round. I thought I actually played well, but the score didn't reflect it. I mean, we were 16 pars and 2 birdies.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally undercut it. Now it seems like you did worse.
Yeah, it does. Now I feel very impressed with our round. No, it was tough. It was just tough. We played from not the tips, but I guess it would be the equivalent of the second furthest back, so not the whites. Maybe it was the golds yesterday, and
okay.
And I would say really the shameful thing. I wouldn't be like, oh, we should have been 6 up. I think there was maybe one hole I would say that we kind of gave one back. That was probably a very more simple birdie that we missed the putt, but we saved a par like with a putt off the green.
Ooh.
16 pars, and I think we got our first birdie about 7 holes in, and then we got one, maybe 2 out of 3. We're like, here we go, and then we just never got another birdie.
So did you try your best, and did you have fun?
I had fun. I could probably always try harder.
You think you could have tried harder?
I could have swung out of my shoes.
Were you slacking?
Yeah, I didn't think I brought it. I let the team down, but we had a great time. Yeah, and Bobby was in a group. That's what I was trying to figure out. So it was Bobby and Doug. And Bibby was there, and then I didn't see Bibby, and then I saw him again. So I don't know if he bounced around to groups or whatever. And they had like Lisa Gonzalez and then a bunch of other people. I'm like, do they have 10 people on their team? I don't know what they were doing, but Bobby apparently was just mashing the ball. Like, because Matt's group, the group that was behind us, was the group ahead of them.
Yeah.
And they were like, man, Bobby's drives were just like rolling right up to our ankles and stuff. So,
dude, he launches it because big booty Judy. He puts those cheeks behind.
He's a big boy.
Hey, I'm saying that as a compliment, man. Bobby's got a lower trunk that is filled with power, man. I'm telling you, that dude.
Trunk?
His trunk, the
junk?
No, trunk, not junk.
No, but is there junk in the?
Oh, well, I mean, just saying, hey, you guys trying to make it something it's not. I'm saying his lower body is strong and his legs are strong. And I've seen that dude just Happy Gilmore. Now, the problem is what should have been a 4 to 5 hour round was probably a 6 to 7 hour round if you're playing with Bobby, if he's insisting it, because he will with big drives come big misses.
Yeah.
And he will spend all day looking for his ball.
Bye-bye socks.
Bye-bye. Yep. Out of toilet paper. Goodbye socks.
Plus, he had just gotten back from Bandon Dunes. I was talking to him about that. Yeah.
So the foursome or tensome that had Bobby and Bibby and Doug in it. Lisa got in that into there.
Yeah, she was there. I think Lisa's mom was playing. I don't know. I was like, who's what is this?
No, I played with Lisa and her mom. Lisa's mom can golf, dude.
I heard she had like not yesterday, but she's had a couple of hole-in-ones out there. I'm like, okay.
Has she? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it was the hole that had the car. Like if you had a hole-in-one, you get a car. It was that hole, but not yesterday that she had done it.
She's wow.
Ringer, the true ringer. But yeah, it was a great tournament. That's always fun. Greg Amazian, who sets that up, and Bobby and his foundation, and lots of other people out there. It was just a good time as always, and well done, Bobby. Well done, crew.
Yes.
And they missed you. They would have wanted you. We would have wanted you out there. We could have had you, and we could hit more trees together. And I saw. Oh, also, by the way, AC, a regular caller to the station and to the show. The show was out there, and saw him, and that was really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so he was asking about you.
Okay. Well, hello, AC. Yeah, I would have loved to play that. Plus, I played with you and Frank and G-Man before.
They're fun. Yeah,
they are. They're absolutely fun. All
I
right.
gotta say this though. One last note. I mean, Scott was too busy. Scott was like, there was like business calls. It just kept happening. Like, come on, Marsh, lock in.
Right. Like, what are you doing? Lock in, Marsh. Get off the phone. You can close the deal later.
Yeah, respect for G-Man and for Frank and a little for me. That's fine. But let's lock in.
Yeah, G-Man isn't. G-Man's not sitting there on his phone closing deals.
Phone's on silent.
And it's been and let's be honest, it's been a rough week for G-Man. Ever since the revelation that my son couldn't remember his name and my daughter did.
I know. Well, she had the ultimate dunk there. You know, speaking of phones, too, by the way, this was the one debate that was had last night in the movie premiere for Chris, myself, and Sean. They were very, very adamant that phones could not be out at all. Like, you were thrown out. Security was like, they literally was in there watching. Like, if I see your phone, you're out. You can't record the movie, you know, blah, blah, blah. And we all looked at each other like, yep, Dave couldn't be here. You wouldn't admit it.
You know what, guys? Sometimes when I go to movies, I accidentally leave my phone in the car. I don't even remember to take my phone with me.
But what if you had your phone with you? Could you have resisted? Like, if he goes, look, by the way, when the lights go out, I can see your phone. If I see it, you're out. So it was like a threat. And I'm like, ooh, Dave wouldn't have made it.
No, I wouldn't have. I just said, take me to jail. What do you mean by this arrest? Well, I'm enjoying some nice popcorn and a movie. Unhand me, you fools. All right. We got to get to this Bryce Harper stuff at some point, but I do also coming up in the next segment, we'll get to the Bryce Harper stuff, and then we're also going to play not a lot because Bobby Jackson visited with Kyle Draper and Jay Johnson on Friday, but I did want to get in a few minutes of him talking about the Kings coaching staff and what he's excited about. Hey, Chris, can I do some on-air stuff with you real quick though, to avoid what we have coming up, the what we've been texting about? I sure would like to talk about American Energy right now. Could I do that?
No.
Why not? It's in the same hour.
It's going to screw my timing up. You can't do it next segment?
No, I can. I'm just saying it'd be easier if we threw to Bobby and then went to break and then came back at 8. I don't know. No, I don't want to screw up your thing. It's fine. I'll do it in the next segment. I was just saying. I'm not trying to bring negative energy to the table. No, I'm saying I'll do it at the end of the next segment. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Talk about this Bryce Harper thing and Bobby Jackson as well. Coming up right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite decking What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's TREX.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPfest.com.
Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on SacTown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland, and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Morning to get your sports fix. Live and local. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
So Bryce Harper goes nose to nose with MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred. I just imagine it's like arguing with an umpire or something. Probably really weird.
It's a clown question, bro.
And Bryce Harper, first off, I don't like reading that he's 32. Being that my dad will tell me he still has a Sports Illustrated with Bryce at 16, being the next phenom, which I'd say he's done it. Look,
he's Bryce, kind of up to it, right?
Yeah, MVP 2 times. Bryce Harper's a Hall of Famer, right? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's not LeBron, and that was the comparison. Was like he was going to be the LeBron of baseball, but pretty darn good career. So he stood nose to nose with Rob Manfred during a meeting between the commissioner and the team last week. The commissioner goes, this has happened for a long time. The commissioner will go around at different times of the year and meet with each team and just kind of give them updates and stuff. But he said, and I quote here, that he needed to get the blank out of our clubhouse if he wanted to talk about the potential implementation of a salary cap. And again, Manfred meets with all 30 teams. Apparently, according to sources, he never said the word salary cap, but the discussion about the economics ticked off Harper, who was apparently quiet for the majority of the meeting, sitting in a chair and holding a bat, but eventually grew frustrated and said if baseball were to propose a cap and hold firm to it, the players are, quote, not scared to lose 162 games. He stood up, walked towards the middle of the room, faced Manfred, and said, if you want to speak about that, you can get the blank out of our clubhouse. To which Manfred responded that I will not get out of the clubhouse.
Make me.
And they went on to, I guess, Nick Castellanos, who's always there when something weird happens, tried to diffuse the tension, saying, I have more questions. The meeting continued. They eventually shook hands. But apparently Harper declined to answer phone calls from Manfred the next day. So it's a passionate meeting. The problem here is that the union has long been dead set. Like, we're not doing salary caps. Tony Clark, the director of the MLBPA, called it, quote, institutionalized collusion. But the issue seems to be, from baseball's point of view, is multiple owners don't like the economic system, and they've alluded to a cap. Whereas players are saying, yeah, the problem is you have the Dodgers at $400 million and the Marlins at $86 million. There's this gap. Jason, I don't know what the answer is, but I will tell you this. I think baseball needs a salary floor a lot more than it needs to a cap. And I think ultimately there's an example just waiting right there for him, dude. Look at NBA. Look at the NBA. The players, I believe, get 51% of BR basketball related income, and there is a cap at the top, and there are also penalties if you are below a certain amount. I think you could probably sell a cap to players if you explain to them that overall they would be getting as much, if not more, of baseball related income distributed to the players, but it would be distributed more evenly if you also brought that salary floor up to, for example, there can only be a maximum of a 30% difference between the highest payroll in the league and the lowest payroll in the league. The problem is the owners would never go for that because you have too many greedy owners that run this thing like a business and not a vanity project, which is what it is. And guys like, you're not getting Fisher, you're not getting the Pirates, you're not getting the Marlins, the Rays, you're not getting them to agree to a salary floor. So that's the problem.
I'm looking at the team's salaries. I mean, you're less concerned with the cap than the floor.
I'm not saying these salaries aren't getting out of hand, but it's hard for me to, as much as I hate it, it's hard for me to fault the Dodgers or the Yankees if they can afford to do this. Right. But I fault the A's and the Rays a lot more because it's like, guys, you got to spend some money.
So right now there's 5 teams' salaries are under 100 million with that many baseball players. Pirates are at 87, White Sox 82, Tampa 79, A's 73, Marlins the lowest at 67 million.
It's ridiculous.
The Dodgers and Mets are over 320 million. So we're not even that's not even, those are two different, that's like not even JV. That's like the freshman team and advanced varsity or something. Like, what is happening here? That's such a significant spread.
It's not going to hit for a while, but trouble's a brewing, and it ain't going to be pretty in baseball in a couple of years. All right, we want to get just real quick to Bobby Jackson visited with Kyle Draper, just mainly on the Kings and coaching and all that. And then we'll be back with word from American Energy, and coming up next, we'll talk about Ryne Sandberg and other things. We'll do that right after this.
B-Jack, this is our first time having the opportunity, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Draper, since you put pen to paper, man, in your back, you ain't never left, so it ain't like you left, but you're officially back and your 10 toes are down on the pavement. How is it? Is it feel different now? Is it still the same? You had the opportunity to go off to Philadelphia and do some things. Does it feel the same now coming back, or does it feel a little different now, especially now that you got, one of your brothers as the head coach?
Man, to be honest with you, it feels amazing, to be honest with you. It's different. Philly was great for me because it gave me a different view of how people do different things. The East Coast, the West Coast, how they play their style of basketball and it's, trust me, it's different styles of basketball. And the great thing about it, like being able to come back and, be a part of my guys' staff that I played with that has entrusted me and hired me to do a job, like that's amazing for me because I respect them to the utmost. Like, and for us, we competed at a high level, right? And it wasn't, whether it's practice, whether it's games, whether it's shoot around, like we made sure we made everything competitive. If you make everything competitive and guys don't think about well, man, we done played 3 games in 6 nights or 3 games in 5 nights. If we make a competitive environment, guys going to want to come out and compete on a nightly basis, and that's what Doug is about. Like he has a blueprint of how he want to do things, right? And he's going to get the best out of the guys.
Bobby Jackson joining us. B-Jax, you were at Summer League, got to see some of our young players, Neek Clifford, Max Rayno. What impressed you about the young players we saw out at Summer League?
Just their skill level, right? Their knowledge of the game, their ability to come out and compete at a high level, right? And they are open to being coachable, right? And that's the great thing about young guys. They're going to play hard, right? They was very successful in college. And so them being successful in college is going to they're going to definitely translate over to the NBA, right? Both guys are winners, right? Neek is a two-way guy. He can defend, right? He can score, right? Max, great at setting screens, great communicator in pick and roll coverages. He can protect the rim, but he also can step out and knock down threes. So both of those guys are going to be able to help us play at a high level, and then we get an opportunity to get younger, play with a little more energy and athleticism. So I'm happy to have both of these guys on the roster.
Hey, B-Jack, you touched on something when you were talking about Coach DC, about the aggressiveness, the mentality, the toughness that Coach, and of course, obviously you, because knowing your background, how you get down, how you guys want to, play this year. I think that's a question a lot of Kings fans have. And, moving forward, the all out sheer toughness that you guys play with, meaning you and Doug, do you expect to see that with this squad?
Yeah, I do. I think, you still got to add personnel, right? And I don't know what Scott and DC is talking about, but I still think if you want to be a tough team and you want to be a defensive-minded team, you got to look at the roster. We definitely can score, right? And I think that's something that DC and Scott going to make a decision on in the organization. But I can tell you this: DC wants to play tough. He wants to be physical. He wants to be pressuring you 94 feet. He wants to commit turnovers. Like, he want to play fast. He want to be one of the most well-conditioned teams in the league. So that's going to happen, right? And if guys are willing to do that, then you're going to play. If guys not willing to do that, then you're not going to play. I think that's where DC is at, right? Understanding, how to transform and compete in the Western Conference. You look at the Western Conference from 1 to 16, it's tough.
You ain't lying.
So we're gonna have to get out. We're gonna have to come with our bags packed every single night and be ready to handle the pressure of the Western Conference. And then you got to deal with the Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference. Now the Western Conference is super tough.
B-Jax, you talked about going to Philly, studying under Nick Nurse, your experience here in Sacramento. I guess the question I want to ask you is this: when it comes to Doug, any head coach out there, how critical is it to get players to buy in? Meaning, how difficult is it? Because 1 minute a player that the team, the squad could be all in, the next, X's and O's is one thing. How about relationships and guys buying in? How important is that?
It's probably the most important thing, right? Outside of the talent and the X's and O's. Now, if you can't get guys to buy in, you don't have a chance to win. You can have all the talent in the world at the end of the day, right? And being Doug, I know his mindset and I know his communication skills and his relationship skills. He's going to get guys to buy in. That's the one thing that does extremely well. He knows how to hold guys accountable. He's going to bring guys to the forefront of what we need to get done, right? And he's going to build a relationship where they trust him. They can go out and follow the game plan. I think that's probably the hardest with Doug. It's going to be easy because he's used to adapting and building relationship with teammates and guys and getting them to do things that's gonna carry over onto the floor.
Energy Heating and Air, or as I like to refer to them as your second opinion partners. Well, what does that mean? What is second opinion partner? What does that mean? That means, look, you might have worked with or you might be working with another HVAC company, whether you need your air conditioner repaired or you need to replace it. And let's not forget, I know it's silly to talk about in late July, but at some point you're going to want to make sure that furnace is working as well. And you might have some issues there. We hope you don't. But if you do, American Energy wants you to know if you're already working with somebody else or you have somebody in mind, that's fine. Get a bid, but give them the opportunity to give you that second opinion. Give them the opportunity to beat the price. And that does two things. Number one, it's going to let you know that you got a good price either way, whether they beat it or not. Secondly, odds are they will beat it. Heavy odds they'll beat that price. Guess what? You save some money, and it didn't cost you a thing. They'll come out and check it out for free. This is all from a company that's been doing this since 1981, A+ Better Business Bureau. So we'll give them a call. Just give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 at AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. We'll take a break. When we return, Ryne Sandberg passes away, and the passing of sports heroes, never easy. We'll talk about that next.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! The Bulldogs went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, daydreamer. Did we catch you thinking about your dreams? With Wells Fargo Premier, a team can help you plan for them. So let's imagine your biggest dream. Not the easy one, the one behind it. The one you work towards every day and every night. Can you see it? Then we can help you plan for it. Ready to start planning for your dreams? You can at wellsfargo.com/getpremier.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota because your next adventure is waiting at your Toyota dealer. Get ready to tear it up and explore this summer like you mean it. Right now, get a low-cost lease on 2025 Tacoma or get $3,000 cash back on 2025 Tundra. Plus, check out the all-new 4Runner. Now's the time for those who know adventure goes off-road. Don't miss these deals. Head to your Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Offers available through TFS to buyers with premium-ready credit. Cashback available through TMNA and cannot be combined with other offers. Offers end date 4/25.
Whitey here, and I want to remind you, not all grills are created equal. The Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers are built different, built better, and built to last, with features other grills can't match, complete with a lifetime warranty. It's a great time to find out for yourself because Napoleon's Pro Summer Blast is on right now. Save up to $400 today on a Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Grill. Become the envy of your neighborhood. Offer ends July 31st, 2025. Visit your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply and get grilling today on your new Napoleon Prestige Pro Grill. Napoleon Stainless Steel Grills, simply the best.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Halfway through the program. We appreciate you as always joining us. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Christopher Laud back in studio. 1-800-920-1140 and 916-339-1140. Jason, I want to get to the important news of the day, but I think we need to have a really quick conversation.
Okay.
So Needy Ryan on the YouTube chat, as you guys refer to him, he gets very, very sensitive and mad because if we don't respond to him, or notice what he's saying, he does this passive aggressive thing. And I know Ryan a little bit. He's a very nice guy. We talk offline on Facebook and stuff. But he'll say stuff like, well, I mean, even if they don't notice me, I'm still going to say it. Or, in fact, I'm going to go through a couple of these here. This is so passive aggressive. Let me start here. If Chris listened to the YouTube feed for 30 seconds, he'd hear it on Dave. He's talking about feedback. But hey, what do I know? I'm just trying to make you guys the best sounding show in Greater Sacramento. But, or what's this one? Oh well, just trying to help. And then he switched real quick to the rail yards. And then you kind of caught that, like, hey, whiplash. And then the last one is what got me. Cool. My day job's caring about things nobody will ever care about. It's me. I'm the problem. That is just grand slam passive aggressive. So now he's got everybody hearing a feedback. Do you guys hear feedback?
Not at all.
No.
But a few others have said, but
I mean,
but then he had thought he identified the problem, and then the problem was not what he said it was. I'm like, well, and then we went on the rail yards. I'm like, wait, we're done with the problem, or is it not there? Yeah, I don't know.
Just moving on.
Guess we're moving on.
How does he know that we don't purposely put that in there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the beauty. It's the subtlety of it all. That's the real joke.
There are times when people will put a small echo or a reverb. As a matter of fact, the Beatles called it the wall of sound.
That's what
we're just harmonizing, dude.
Yes. Enjoy us a second time.
Needy Ryan. Anyway, we appreciate it. All right, no segue here other than just to, segue. Ryne Sandberg passed away yesterday. Way too soon, man. 65 years old. 1984, June 23rd. After a slow start to his career, he made a name for himself having a career game. It was called the Sandberg game. 2 home runs, and then boom, all-star Gold Glove candidate, 10 consecutive all-star appearances, 9 consecutive Gold Gloves. And Jason, this is a time back in the day when second baseman and shortstop and catchers, if they batted 220, you were like, okay, like you got a job. It was just, you're in there for defense. This is before the monster mashers came in, the Roberto Alomars of the world, or the A-Rods at shortstop, or a lot of these guys playing those positions that were just absolutely monsters. But the thing with Ryne, and I don't say this at all to disrespect his career, which was insanely good, but the whole silly sounding, like, well, he was a better person than he was a ball player. But by all accounts, you never heard anybody say, yeah, he was kind of a problem in the locker room, or, oh, I didn't like playing with him, or whatever. I mean, he was the ultimate team captain. He was the ultimate guy that lived baseball, loved baseball. Everybody wanted to play with him. He was the consummate Chicago Cub. If you ask any Cubs fan, any Chicago sports fan, he's in the pantheon. Rhino. Just even the name itself was awesome. And it's just sad. The only thing I hated about his career was something that wasn't really his fault, that he didn't really get much of a chance to shine in the postseason as much as I think he deserved.
Yeah, and he's in that group of athletes like, let's see, Tony Gwynn a little bit, Pete Sampras, Tim Duncan, that just were great, did it, and it was never a look at me or flamboyant at all. And that doesn't make it right or wrong. Some people prefer their athletes to put on a show a little bit more. He did it with a performance, a consistency in a place that was starving for probably someone like him. At the time, it was basically him and like Andre Dawson, maybe Rick Sutcliffe or something else. But the consistency, and that's kind of what baseball is. There's people that have the year or a year or two, but he did it year after year at a pretty tough position, an important spot, and in a city that I know absolutely adored him.
And Ryne Sandberg, especially, you know, he passed away from cancer. He was only 65 years old, but also, you know, it's strange when you talk about death, you know, whether it's celebrity or player, because look, I didn't know Ryne Sandberg at all. I never met him, and 99% of anyone listening, if not more, didn't know him or meet him. You get to know these people as, you know, figures on a TV screen or over the radio, and you know, we've talked before. One of the reasons why I think athlete deaths hit hard is really two main reasons. Number one, it's you know, we think of these people as invincible. You know, they're they're a different breed than we are, and you know, they don't put their socks on one leg at a day. They put all their clothes on at once, you know, that type of thing. But the other part is, I also think it serves as you can use sports, Jason, we've talked about this before, as a benchmark for your own mortality. And that starts with, you know, as a kid growing up, all these players, every player in every sport is older, and you dream about playing a sport someday, and the excuse is, well, I'm not that old yet, so I'll make it someday. And then, you know, the first time maybe somebody you went to school with made the majors or the NBA or whatever that you knew or that was in your city, and then the next benchmark is when players that you watched growing up start retiring, that you knew the first time you saw really rooted for a player as a rookie. And for me, that was Will Clark, that you rooted for as a rookie, and then they retire, and you, golly, there goes my youth. Then the players that you are your contemporaries, they retire, and that's even crazier because you're not retired.
Right.
And then the players that you knew as rookies, they start having kids show up in baseball or whatever the sport may be and playing. And then eventually it gets to the point where, and we haven't really gotten there yet with the exception of Tragedy, but it's okay, the players you grew up watching are passing away, and eventually it will get to the players you were contemporary. Well, hopefully, you know, if you live long enough, sports is a very interesting benchmark for your own mortality.
It is. And, you know, I'm thinking of a few sports figures here recently, or maybe not as recently, but just in our lifetime here. Like here's one recently, Dave Parker, who just passed a couple weeks ago. And then he was going into the Hall of Fame this weekend. So there's a sense of sadness for that he didn't get to see that, didn't get to live that, he knew he was going in the Hall of Fame, but didn't get to have a speech, so on and so forth. And his son delivered his poem and at his Hall of Fame speech. Then you think of people, to me, Dave, I think of that we still got to see their career, the greatness, like Kobe Bryant, but I still feel like we all knew there was more greatness coming from him in his life and what he would have delivered to, and what he was doing for women's sports and just arts and theater and just his movie making. I think there was a whole next chapter coming for him. And then I think, and one of them I want to ask you about is the people that died far, far too early. This is athletes that we just didn't get to see what it could have been. Like, we got a taste of what Len Bias might be, and we all think it was going to be great, and we never saw him as a professional or even here. And you would have been, I think, old enough, but what was it like here? I was not here then when Ricky Berry passed, and I know G-Man and Bob Gerald have told me sort of like that was such a tragedy, and they knew him, and he had only played 1 year. And do you remember what that was like here at that time? Was that 87, 88, something like that?
I do. I was a little kid, but I absolutely remember. I didn't
understand it much, huh?
No, it was one of the first ones like that I ever had to come to terms with and deal with as a little kid who did not understand the ways of the world yet. But I think for this city, which was on such a high, still just having the team be here. Remember, they got here in 85. They hadn't been here that long, and there weren't a lot of highlights. And it was I want to correct you. It was 89.
Okay.
That he passed. So they had been here a little bit, but only enough time to really, other than that first year where they, and I know I'm putting basketball into real life things. I'm aware of this. In that time, they had done nothing really but have a rough outing on the floor. You had the Jerry Reynolds fainting on the sideline was one of the more things people knew about the Kings the most, and that's not a great thing. But Ricky Barry, and I mean, you know, I usually say things, and I you know, I don't worry about they just fly out of my mouth. But with this one, I'm struggling because I what I want to do is I want to say, for those of you now that maybe weren't around then, it would be like if X, you know, insert Kings player passed away suddenly, especially under the, you know, the way Ricky did. I don't want to do that because I'm too superstitious. So I would just say, imagine a young, you know, player for this team that had a ton of promise, and you know, had played, I think he played 2 years with the team, and it went, and Jason, not to get too deep, but I think it made it weirdly, I'm just giving you my experience as a kid. It made, I had, if Ricky Barry had passed away in like a tragic car accident versus taking his own life, I think strangely enough, I would have been able to understand it a little better. But I think for me and a lot of kids and maybe a lot of adults back then, you're going on top of all of that, like, God, his family, and anyone who's lost a family member that way, I'm sure has this, you know, it's the ultimate question, it's the ultimate struggle. But let's just be honest, there are different types of deaths in sports, for example, just like real life. There's Ryne Sandberg, who was 65 years old. He wasn't 25 and died of cancer. Then there's the Bill Waltons, or then there's the, you know, the player or coach or whoever that dies at 91. And you're like, well, that sucks, but man, he lived a full life. And then there's the Ricky Barrys, and then there's Kobe Bryants, and the Roy Hallidays, and the Thurman Munsons, and the Roberto Clementes, and you know, the ones that are either cut down in their prime, whether it's of their playing career or of, as you said, was so eloquently with Kobe Bryant, you know, his post-Lakers career was probably going to be as good, if not better, than his Hall of Fame career. And you do feel robbed, and you don't have answers to it. And then on top of that, Jason, you know, I kind of can't remember the year. I know it was, I want to say it was 93. So think about, Ricky was in 89, and I want to say in 90, it was December 12th, 1993. You had Bobby Hurley go through the car window, and Mike Poplawski finding him in the ditch, and by the stroke of whatever you want to say, Bobby Hurley is still with us today. But think about that. You know, you're not even 5 years into the tenure of this Sacramento Kings team in Sacramento, and you've already had one full-blown massive tragedy and another almost. And really, when you think about it with Bobby, and I'll shut up here in a second, what happened with Bobby Hurley was still a tragedy, because ultimately it probably cost him a very, very good NBA career. But I think we can all agree that Bobby having his life and making what he has of it kind of, you know, it puts tragedy in perspective. But I guess we've turned Ryne Sandberg into this. Kings fans, man, have been through a hell of a lot. When you break down and get past all the basketball stuff and all that, when you really look at the off the floor stuff, from tragedies to relocations to all that, it's one of the reasons why I'm super proud to be a Kings fan. And it goes beyond bitching about the seasons. Is if you've been a Kings fan since 85, 90, whatever, you've pretty much seen it all. You've been through it all. And it means a lot more. It as Crown Downtown would always say, it is a lot bigger than basketball for this city.
Yeah. And I think this is where it ties into maybe back to Ryne Sandberg, what he meant to Chicago, but what he meant to other people too. And so as much as we'll have the people that'll go, oh, he's a bum, he struck out, or this error, or this guy missed this free throw or field goal, or whatever it might be. But it's also, there's legions of people too that still idolize, and whether they're kids or even adults or whatever the connection is, being in the community, being from that place, betting on a team, fantasy sports, there is a connection to these teams and these athletes. And when they do pass, there's part of you that feels like it goes too, right? It depends on how deep your connection is, and to live that in Sacramento, to have a tragedy here before and other close calls, and then or people that have passed just have had connections with the organization and or teams that you love and support. It's a weird, I guess, being a fan or being connected. It's just a strange relationship. I mean, it really is all the way through from the highs to the lows. But you feel for Sandberg fans, certainly for his family, but just Cub fans, because that's a lot of them. That's their guy. That's their Will Clark to you, Dave, right? I mean, it is.
Yep.
And that's not easy, whether it was like, oh, he's my favorite player since I was 8 or I was 38. It's still some part of your life spent supporting the Cubs and Ryne Sandberg, or wishing for every time he's up there to get a hit. That's you spent time invested in something, and now, it's been gone for a while as far as him as a player, but not literally as a person. And then to lose that is, I don't know, it's a weird experience for everybody.
It is. And I would say that I think if there's a bright side, it's that when you do lose a celebrity or an athlete, obviously it's not, I'm not going to say it's not like a family member, because in some ways these guys are like extended family members, like they're posters on your wall. You grew up, more interested in their stats than, it's not like I was keeping track of my cousin's grade point average as much as I was Will Clark's statistics. Like, come on. But when you're an athlete or an entertainer, when I think about those types of deaths that have affected, the ones, like when Chris Cornell of Soundgarden passed away, it absolutely floored me. He was my favorite singer of all time. When Anthony Bourdain passed away, huge fan of his. Even Ozzy Osbourne, a week ago. Whomever it may be that you were a fan of, here's the thing: whether it's them or Ryne Sandberg or even Kobe Bryant, I never got to hang out in their living rooms and shoot the what with them. So what I can do is I can throw on one of Ozzy's albums or Chris Cornell's albums, or I can call up YouTube clips of Ryne Sandberg. I can, I don't want to be cheesy and say they live on, but at the same time, like, look, when my dad passes away, God forbid, and hopefully it'll be a long time from now. Love you, Dad, but I'm going to have home movies. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that, but I'm not going to be able to watch like my dad live in concert in '92 when he was in his prime. I'm not going to be able to watch my cousin Gabrielle and the great movie she did with Dustin Hoffman. There's a different type of living through all this and memories and all that. And, with Ryne Sandberg, he just added up to the list, because for me, Ryne Sandberg to Chicago is gosh, I don't know if it's tough to compare, but it's like Larry Bird to Boston. I mean, just a part of the core of the sports DNA of that city. Yeah,
and you're right. When someone does pass, it does give you the opportunity to, I mean, I hadn't, honestly, candor, hadn't thought much about Ryne Sandberg lately. And then, this happens. You're like, oh, man, it hits you in a certain way. And then started reading some more things about him, looking at stats, thinking about, I remember when I used to try to collect Ryne Sandberg cards, and just different things that take you to places or different memories you have of these athletes. And 65, man, that's, and it seemed like it could have been, I don't know if he caught it late or whatever. I mean, everybody's journey through cancer is different, but man, it's just unfortunate. That's for sure.
It also makes you kind of appreciate, the ones that are still here too. Absolutely. And puts it all in perspective. And honestly, I mean, let's just, fact of the matter is that Father Time is a thief, and you ultimately have trade-offs. On one hand, the longer you live, that's a good thing. I want to live for a very, very long time. The downside, or a downside, other than like things like hurting my back when I pushed in a chair this morning, is that the longer you live, the more you're going to see these things, whether it's athletes, celebrities, or family members. And that ultimately, it seems like a right time, Jason, as we close out this segment. I'm gonna drive this point home with a scene from The Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
so the hero. So the hero of Lord of the Rings, Aragorn, he was in love with, and she was in love with him, this elf, all right, played by Liv Tyler, son of Steven Tyler of Aerosmith, right? And so there was like this dream sequence when Liv Tyler, the elf's dad, was trying to say, dude, you cannot marry him. He's a human. He's mortal. Like, you're immortal. Elves are immortal in this world, right? In this Lord of the Rings place. They don't die. So basically, it showed her as like, you know, years and years and years later, looking the same as she did, as she's putting a very, very old and gray bearded Aragorn, his casket into the ground. And then she was doomed to walk, and I imagine if they had kids, they'd be like a half human. So they're going at some point, right? And then she's got to bury all of them. And so, yeah, she gets to live forever, but she's also eventually going to walk the world, you know, in like one of them black capes and stuff with the hood, because, you know, she's all alone and widowed and all that stuff. And that's, you're immortal, but, you know, not everybody around you is immortal, and that's got to suck in the end. You're going to a lot of funerals, man. So, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. No, but to attach that, I miss the phase of, I don't know, I guess 20s and 30s when it was like weddings. And I mean, that was like the primary thing. Felt like I was going to a wedding every other week in the summer. And now unfortunately, it's not every other week for funerals, but that stage is, are people having babies and weddings. And now it's like, oh man, a few too many funerals here lately. Not liking that.
Hey, everyone's graduating. Hey,
yes.
Everybody's having a baby. Everybody's getting married. Hey, everybody's kids they're graduating. Hey, he just had a grandkid. Hey, did you hear about Bill?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens.
Yep.
And a famous philosopher, as we go to break, said it best, you know, it's a circle of life. Whatever they say, I don't know. It's a circle of life, baby. Yeah, hold Simba up, dude. You know, up, down, all around. Circle of life, all good things. Kevin Nealon. Happy Gilmore one. We'll take a break.
Courage.
Getting deep on this show. When we come, see, this is the show you come to for philosophy, right?
Yeah.
Honestly. When we come back, NBA news, including a contract, speaking of Chicago, a contract extension out there, and also a few other things behind the scenes as well. We'll get to all that right after this.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SacktownSports.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
The Hagen Oaks Cutting Edge Putter Fitting Studio offers you more technology, more choices, and more service. Hagen Oaks wants to be your go-to total golf game fitter. With $30,000 worth of state-of-the-art technology ready for your fitting, Hagen Oaks will help you make your best putting stroke while finding the best putter design, shape, hosel, length, and loft for your game. Schedule your fitting at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for more.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Cash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
You still have 40 million plus vehicles
globally that are driving around with a potential ticking time bomb, a grenade in either their steering wheel or their dashboard. When we look to what injuries may have transpired from a defective airbag, we generally see loss of vision in an eye, or we see facial lacerations. We also see hearing loss. Unfortunately, we started seeing death after death after death. When that passenger airbag exploded, it basically degloved his entire face. He lost his nose, he lost his right eye. The type of catastrophic injuries that one is more accustomed to seeing in a Hollywood movie, not something from a device in an automobile that's supposed to protect you. Morgan & Morgan has a national reach in terms of handling and prosecuting cases, notwithstanding the team of lawyers that we have collected that focus only on product liability day in and day out.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Got a lot of great sources. He's really good at what he does.
Said by me.
Gets right to the point. Yeah.
Have we thought of maybe that person was being sarcastic?
Maybe.
So now I'm going to play it again. Let's see it as he's being sarcastic about it.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Yeah. Now that I hear it, Dave, like that one on my, like he says a lot of good things, or whatever. It's like stumbled to get there.
No, that's what I was thinking of all of those. Because Chris was pointing to the ones that were talking, saying the stupid stuff about me, but the one I picked up on is the same one you picked up on. Like the first guy they play for you, he's like, "Yeah, it sounds like when I'm trying to tell my wife I like her haircut and not get in trouble and look like I'm lying." Like he's like, "Yeah, Jason Ross." They don't even say your name. It's just like, "Yeah, he's good at what he does." What?
Yeah.
Set the screen. Can you play that one more time, Chris? Just want to.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
Sacktown Sports.
A lot of pretty smart things to say.
You know what you just got hit with? You just got hit with. He's got a really good personality.
Yeah.
That almost sounds like me saying what I thought about the Christian Wilkins. I think earlier in the
show. Good guy.
It's okay.
No, I really think we should go around. I love the idea of us doing each other's sound bites. And I also like the idea of just going around the studio or going around the building. And like, I'll take a little mic and a recorder and I'll do like, hey, what's the first thing you think about with Jason Ross? This is on the air. And then have everybody like say a line. We get Pat and Cody and Sonia and Angie and, everybody, Bill Louie, everybody downstairs. And then you do mine. So it's not, weird. I think we can put some good stuff together.
Okay. And then I think I'm going to do a second run through. So we've done that one. My second one is I might have someone describe like Pat and Cody, and then let's see if we can literally just insert it into ours and see if it'd be any different.
He's really up to date on things.
Yeah.
Carmichael Dave.
It's all Jason Ross. He's why I got into country music.
And see, I think it works.
There would be someone downstairs that would say like, "Oh, I always listen to Carmichael Dave from 9 to midnight."
Never miss the show.
Trying to think of one that would be. Oh yeah, so because I'm thinking of the one for Pat. So if someone got one for Cody, it's like Carmichael Dave. God, I love the boyfriend stories. What?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with that? Welcome back. 916-339-1140 is if you would like to text. That's fine. 1-800-920-1140 if you want to call. That's fine too. And if you're Billy Donovan, you're buying dinner because he just got a contract extension in Chicago. Jason, this stat you came up with, I'm not saying you made it up, but the stat you found.
He's pretty good at what he does.
Blew me away. He's the third longest active head coach in the NBA, behind Steve Kerr and behind Eric Spoelstra. Now, I want to stop right there because, of course, one might think, well, that's crazy because the Bulls aren't that great. And they've still, you know what, honestly, that when I read that, the very first thing that got to me is that when somebody says to me, Billy Donovan, the first thing I think of is the Florida Gators.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's the Florida Gators head coach that came to the NBA a couple years ago still. And then I look at it and I go, oh my God, he's been here forever.
And you not even counting OKC, huh?
No, he's the Gators. That's who he is to me. He's the Florida Gators head coach.
Well, and again, I'm not trying to get Billy Donovan fired or any reason, but it's interesting that they are choosing to keep going. He has a losing record. Doesn't have a championship. You know, Spoelstra's had a down year or two. So is Kerr, but they've got titles, and it makes sense. They should keep going as long as they want. But this is an organization that has kind of chosen that route of like, no, we think we have a good coach. We just don't have. They're not switching out the coach because we can't switch out the players. They've been an organization that's, we'll work it the other way. We'll try to switch out the players to go with what we think is a good coach.
On one hand, you kind of got to respect that. Like, if it turns out that, I mean, dude, this was a guy that he was 467 and 186 at Florida with 2 titles. Like, his record was insane. And then what is he with Chicago? He's, as you said, he's decently under 500. He has made the playoffs 1 year. He lost in the first round. So on one hand, you look at that and you go, dude, how is he still around in this day and age? But on the other hand, I guess you kind of got to respect if they think he's the right coach, that's fine. But I wouldn't want to imagine looking at the Chicago Bulls of the last few years as an NBA team and being like, wow, I really want to imitate what they're doing.
Right. Yeah. Do you think any part of him, like if we could give him the truth serum and say, Billy, do you wish you stayed at Florida or stayed in college? What do you think he would say?
I mean, I know what his bank account would say.
Yeah. But he would have got paid well there.
Yeah. I don't know, because it's, I think man, and I don't mean that like man, woman. I mean, all of us as a species tend to, you're always going to want to, you made the fire and then you left the cave and then you hunted the bear. Like, there's always what's the next thing. And I'm sure the grass is greener in the sense that yes, if he stayed at Florida, he'd probably have this mass. I mean, who knows how he would have dealt with NIL and all that, but I think probably pretty well. And then he probably would be, on that Calipari, Rick Pitino, Bill Self, Roy Williams level, Krzyzewski, all those guys. But then would he still be going like, yeah, but I wonder what I could do in the NBA?
Right. Yeah, maybe that question would, I don't know if it'd be haunting him, but it'd still be a voice probably in the background. But it's interesting, him, and then I think the next longest tenured guys are just months behind him. It's like, I think it's Dagnall. I think it's Ty Lue. And another one that's up there is also a coach that hasn't won that much that also got an extension this summer is Chauncey Billups.
Wow.
So that coaching turnover is so fast in the NBA. But here's Chicago that hasn't won a ton, and they're going, yeah, let's give him an extension.
I also think the Bulls are one of those guys that's kind of on autopilot. One of those teams that's on autopilot with Reinsdorf. He's just like, well, we make money. I don't care.
Yeah.
Do the thing, stay under the cap, whatever. And what did I hear? What was I reading today? That the Bulls are willing, according to reports, to release Nikola Vucevic if they can't find a trade for him. I was like, hold on a second. Is this the same Nikola Vucevic? I mean, he's 34. Averaged 18.5 points, 10 boards, and 3.5 assists last year on splits of 53, 40, and 80. Jason, he took 4.5 threes a game, so that 40 is, I mean, that's almost shooting, a small forward shooting guard-esque. And he's averaging a double-double easily. I mean, the guy's a sieve on defense, but if Domantas Sabonis is Diet Nikola Jokic, and if Alperen Şengün is Jokic Jr., then like Nikola Vucevic is Sabonis Jr., I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know why he doesn't get more. I get the defensive issues, but when you look at the guy's numbers, his lifetime averages are 17 points and 10.5 boards a game. Like, to go with 3 assists, like that ain't nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah, it's one where you feel like you got to do the deeper dive, because you're right. The numbers are always there, but you're like, why another guy that hasn't won a ton for whatever reason? Is it those circumstances? Is it him? I don't know the answer to that.
I think we should say it's him.
Okay. I'm sure he would like that.
I think ultimately, and I know we got a break here. Just let me check this. Where are you, Bulls? Scroll. 27th out of 30 teams when it comes to payroll right now. Vucevic is on Jason, he's making $21.5 million a year on an expiring deal.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on with this CBA, dude?
Now you want him.
I mean, the Vucevic Sabonis front court, I wouldn't hate it. I think it'd be fun. Make one of them a power forward and let's go. That's like, I mean, he's better than Valanciunas, and I love Valanciunas. Oh, there you go. Let Nikola Vucevic play point guard. I agree. We'll take a break. Courage. When we come back, what's hot, what's not, and we'll go streaking. Hey, we'll do it all right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota hybrid. Check out the hottest deals on 17 Toyota hybrid models from the longest lasting brand on the road. And right now, get a low-cost lease on 2025 Prius. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's 2 years of complimentary maintenance. These deals won't wait, and neither should you. With more MPG and a new Toyota hybrid, it's time to hit the road. Toyota, let's go places.
Offer available through TFS buyers with premium ready credit. Offers end date 4/25.
Summer's flying by, and that back-to-school checklist, it's growing fast. New backpack? Check. School supplies? Check. Dentist appointment? Let's fix that. Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics is making it easy to cross dental checkups off your summer list fast, with priority scheduling for new patients and kid-friendly care that makes them smile. It's one less thing to worry about before fall. Call now or book online at kidscaredental.com. That's kidscaredental.com, because healthy smiles should be the easiest thing to check off your summer list.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's TREX.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway, because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Who's hot?
Corbin Carroll of the Diamondbacks.
I'm Carol.
How hot is he?
Well, this season he has 21 home runs, 13 triples, and 13 stolen bases. The first player in Major League Baseball to reach each of those marks in a season before August.
Corbin Carroll. It's a good name.
Corbin Carroll.
It is a good name. It's very alliterative. Although when I hear Corbin Carroll, I don't know why. Well, I guess I could figure it out. I think of who's the guy that played Roger Dorn?
Corbin
Benson. Corbin Benson, yeah. That's why, because they have the same first name. Ooh, Mount Corbin Moore.
Tyrone.
Ooh, Ty.
Ty Corbin, Corbin Benson, Corbin Carroll.
Baron Corbin.
Who's that?
Former WWE wrestler.
Come on,
I'm sorry.
I think that's
Corbin. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's any other Corbins, dude. I think Chris's Corbin wrestle guy gets on there.
Slew House Corbin. No. Nope.
Hold on real quick. I know this isn't the
Corbin
segment. Famous Corbins.
Are you typing?
I did.
Did you? What came up?
Corbin Burnson is number one. Barry Corbin was Maurice Minifield in Northern Exposure. Corbin Blue, that's fake. That's like Cordon Bleu.
No, I know who that is. That's the High School Musical.
How do you even know that? How do you know that?
I know.
Yeah, he played Chad Danforth. I've never seen High School Musical. I have no idea what this guy looks like, but I guarantee you he had a turtleneck tied around his neck.
No, he had more like I don't know. I don't know what he looked like.
I'm just saying Chad Danforth went to Yale and had a lot of questionable decisions that he made in his fraternity with things. Oh, you know who should get you know who should really be the fourth on Mount Corbin more? Margaret Corbin. You never heard of Margaret Corbin, and neither have I.
Oh, she was in High School Musical.
She fought alongside her husband during the Revolutionary War and was the first woman to receive a military pension from the U.S. Congress. Margaret Corbin, ladies and gentlemen, I got to be honest, that's an American hero. No?
No.
Ow.
Show your work.
You're going with the wrestler, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need proof. I mean, that just feels like that's Wikipedia.
So it didn't happen?
Nope. Not buying it.
Who's not hot other than us?
That would be the Houston Astros.
Prove it.
Well, they've lost 5 in a row, and they've only won 4 out of the last 10 games and have been outscored 34-8 during this losing streak.
That's not great. Let's go to the chat line. Needy Ryan pops in.
Uh-oh.
Official Kings radio station doesn't choose Ty Corbin for the Mount Rushmore or Mount Corbin more. Hey, Ryan, listen harder. He was a second guy we said. Ding.
Yeah, fix the echo.
Maybe you should fix the echo in your brain, guy.
Yeah, Dave. Remember yesterday I told you about our guy AC?
Yeah.
He was asking about you. Well, he's here right now.
Hey.
Good morning, AC.
Hey, gentlemen.
Hi.
So I saw the guy that does the golf tips or whatever.
That's Frank. Yeah.
Frank DeRosa.
Jason was too diplomatic, but I was curious what Dave's golf game was like. So Frank just kind of shook his head really slowly. So I'm not sure what to make out of that.
What do you think, Dave? What do you think Frank meant by that?
I think what he meant was he shook his head, and it's like, let me put it like this, AC. If somebody were to ask me if I ever get a chance to go, and they said, describe the Sistine Chapel, I would shake my head like, I can't describe it. It's too beautiful.
It's just gorgeous, with a little tear rolling down his eye.
My golf game is a lot like my family life. Like, there's some really good things about it, but every once in a while I shank it and it ends up not good, and there's a penalty and I'm in a bunker. It's ups and downs, baby. That's why I prefer scrambles.
He sees all of it.
And I just want to throw it out there. You guys want to come out here? I live on the course here, and we'll go out. It'll be fun.
What hole were you near where I saw you? Is that where your house was?
No, I got the best lot in the place. I'm on where the course elbows. So there's a number 5 par 4 that goes behind my house, and then the 6 par 3 comes back at my house. So it's like the elbow of the course.
Nice.
Do you ever get balls in your yard?
Ha ha ha. So,
no, I'm serious. Like, I'm curious if you're one of those houses. No, I got a follow-up question. Do you, I'm honestly weirdly not being childish. Do you live in one of those houses that will occasionally get hit on the roof or something?
No, but what's interesting is way back in the day before I lived here in Rancho Murrieta, I used to see the number 5 hole, and I was like, damn, those houses are really far off to the left. You know, it's like this really wide open area, but somehow people will hook them because most golfers are right-handed, right, Dave?
Yes.
So usually there'll be a really bad hook. You'd have to hook it 300 yards to actually hit our house. But the good news is they land in the bushes and in my neighbor's yard. In fact, I picked up one yesterday, and I'm getting to be a golf ball snob, so I throw them out if they're not Pro Vs, because usually people around here play with Pro Vs.
Yeah.
So I got a nice collection of those that I can use in the course, which is nice.
I have this thing about people that live on golf courses.
Yeah, tell me about that.
I wanted to get your opinion on. I was hoping in a weird way that yes, your house would occasionally get tagged with golf balls, because I get really angry at people that get angry if their house gets hit by a golf ball.
Yeah.
Because if you live on a golf course, dude, your house might get hit with a golf ball. And if you don't want your house to get hit with a golf ball, there's a real good way to solve that. Don't live near a golf course.
Yeah, Dave, yours won't get hit and mine won't.
Thank you.
Hey, AC, Jason said that you did a really good impression of me yesterday.
I don't recall that.
I do. You said when you called in yesterday, you said Chris was on the other line.
I did I kind of did a Chris Berlot kind of thing. I was like, oh, Chris said that, what did you say? When I called in, you said, we can't talk right now. We already talked about movies, because I was going to tell you guys to go see the Formula One movie. It's fantastic.
I saw it. I did. I saw the Brad Pitt one.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. I don't know. As opposed to all the other Formula One. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I saw it when I was in Manchester. They have in a Point Arena. They have an old school theater, kind of like the Majestic in that Jim Carrey movie, and they show like one movie a week, and it was the F1 movie. So all the guys went, and the girls stayed back and did a puzzle. Like literally, that's what happened. And it was I actually enjoyed it. I could not care less about racing or F1, but it almost seemed it was like the grown up cousin of Days of Thunder, man, but F1.
Okay, yeah. I by the way, I didn't get to see Jason hit for some reason, but Doug Christie and Bobby, man, those guys can jack the ball. It was fun to see.
Oh yeah, I outdrove them.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Come out and see us sometime. We'll get you guys on. It'll be fun.
We'll see you at the Elbow.
Yeah, anytime. I'll have some adult beverages for you.
Whoa, that's right.
I'll take those for you, Jason.
So Chris doesn't golf, but he adult beverages, and Jason and I don't adult beverage, but we golf.
Yeah, we hit the trees. We get the shade, Dave. You and I play
has a different meaning.
That's a nice offer from AC.
Dave, I was about to get super upset with you when you said like, "Oh yeah, I saw it in Manchester." I was like, "You went to Manchester and didn't tell me that you're going." And then I realized Manchester, California.
Yeah, not that Manchester. Hey, Jason, I have a question.
Yeah.
If AC set us up out there, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, I just want to know what the etiquette is. If AC set us up out at the golf course to play, and he said he'd have some adult beverages, I'm correct that means we're obligated to all hang out, right?
Well, I assume that means on the court, like we would play around with him, correct?
Yeah.
Now you're having reservations?
Well, no, I'm just saying it's not one of those things where we could just go out and play and be like, thanks, dude.
Look, so in your mind, it's like he sets us up to play and doesn't even play with us?
Yeah, it doesn't sound good out loud.
Hey, thought I'd get you guys out here for free and just like, thanks for everything.
But there's a trade-off, because then you're obligated to hang out with somebody for 4 to 5 hours.
Yes.
And you don't, and AC seems really nice.
Yeah, he was very nice.
But what if he's not?
I mean, I had he's called for years. I had a few minute interaction with him yesterday. Apparently he didn't want to see my majestic, gorgeous 330-yard drive down the middle, at least in my mind.
See?
Yeah, but he watched Doug and Bobby hit. Didn't have time for my gorgeous drive.
All right, last one. Okay, the golf is one thing. But then if that happens, and then are you then obligated to go back and have a couple of beverages at the house? And then what's the over-under on when it's not rude to say, oh, I got to go?
I don't think we have to go back to the house.
If we play golf and he were to set it up and we all play golf, and then he's like, hey, guys, got some beers back in the place. You want to join?
Well, I thought you would have brought them to the course, not that you and I would, that was my interpretation. But, it's like, oh, I got to get back. It's been a long day. It's going to take me, it's out there a ways, 40 minutes or so. Well, for you, probably even more from your home.
Yeah.
I got to get back. Got to feed the dogs.
And I think AC, I've talked to AC over the years. I actually think he'd be incredibly fun to hang out with. It has nothing to do with that. It's just the stress of being around new people and then worrying, you know what I'm saying? My stress.
Yeah.
I think we should do it.
Yeah.
I would play golf with AC.
So I think you and I are in the cart together. Chris is in the cart with AC, just drinking.
Yeah, I think Chris and AC are riding together drinking. You and I are riding together just pounding root beers.
Yes. and hitting trees.
And then we all hang out, and then we're all best friends.
I'll join you in hitting the trees.
Okay.
Because if I have a few root beers, then I won't feel socially awkward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen you up.
Love it. We'll take a break. Plus, I'm liking this bit because I am riling Chris Guerrero up on the chat right now, which is very fun. We'll take a break. Final hour of the segment. Wait, nope. Final segment of the hour in the books. What? Final hour of the segment in the books.
In the hour. Trees.
Come back. We got a 9 o'clock segment for you, or hour that you're not. You know what? Bring in the bullpen, dude. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross. We'll be right back.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, but one thing's for sure. You need a PC you can rely on. Whether it's for school, gaming, or whatever your next chapter holds, Lenovo.com has the tech to help you succeed. Shop PCs right now at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale, where students can save more when they sign up for a Lenovo education account. Free shipping, easy returns, flexible financing. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-329-2121. That's 800-329-2121.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local, but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, by his standards, Lawrence Butler isn't having the kind of season he expected, but still, Lawrence is just 25, and he's only played the equivalent of 2.5 seasons in the minor leagues. And now he's on a pace to become the first athletic since Coco Crisp back in 2013 to go 20-20, 20 homers and 20 stolen bases. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. It's how retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And it's how healthcare offices become data-managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Avriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Sponsored by the California Army National Guard and Hop Valley Brewing. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
KHTK-HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yep. Welcome back. Back. Good question on the text line.
What you got?
Is there a top must-have root beer?
Ooh.
The answer is yeah, but it's probably not the answer you're looking for. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of, believe it or not, there's actually craft root beers.
Okay.
You can find them at your finer establishments, grocery stores and stuff, where they'll be like bottled, like Beaver Face or something. I don't know. Root beer. I don't know. But honestly, I'm just gonna be perfectly, it's like the Creed or Happy Gilmore 2 convert. I'm not high maintenance with this stuff, man. It's just got to be good. I don't need it to be some sort of a rando, brewed in Montana type of thing. If you give me old school, out of the bear, not the crap that we find now in the soda, the actual soda fountain next to like Coke and Pepsi and Slice or whatever.
Slice.
I'm talking about the original A&W root beer coming out of the little big honey bear, or it's not as carbonated as the stuff. It's still carbonated, but not as much as it is. People who've had it know what I'm talking about, with the right mixture of sarsaparilla and honey or whatever the hell is in it. That to me is the best root beer I've ever had, man.
I mean, I think nowadays, but the most common, like at the stores, like A&W, Mug, Barks, they're all good.
I was a fan of Dad's.
Oh yeah, Dad's is good.
Dad's is good. Oh, MC's got a root good one. Henry Weinhardt's makes a hell of a root beer. It's super true. They make a cream soda that's really good too, or a cream soda, a root beer, and an orange soda, and I can't ever find them anymore.
Doesn't I think the same idea, isn't it? Unless that's the same. No, I think it's separate. Stewart's, isn't Stewart's do like a good cream soda root beer? Yeah. Stewart.
I've also heard that. What did I hear? Is it Barks with a Q?
Uh-huh.
It's like one of the. I don't know if it's one of the few, but my whole thing with root beer always was not only is it root beer, but it's also there's no caffeine in it, and I think it was Barks I'd read. Barks maybe Mug actually have caffeine in it.
Oh,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My dad's.
Oh, sorry. It's suggested here on the text line. They were talking about, or not suggested, they held a blind root beer taste test challenge. Maybe that'll be one of our Friday Funny Games coming up.
Ooh.
Wait, what did they say again?
They did. I'll just say that's from the text line. They gave me the reminder, but maybe I will do a Friday Funny Games root beer blind taste test one week.
I know I'd be able to get here. Let me see. I would definitely be able to get A&W.
Or even just a ranking. If you could taste.
Oh, I gotcha.
Either way. But if you could identify who it was and or rank them like on a 1 to 5 or something.
Like Mug is probably the root beer I have the most just because it's always around, but I wouldn't say it's the best root beer. I think Mug is like the Budweiser of root beers. I don't know why it sounds funny, but it does. Yeah. And yeah. I would actually do that. I wonder if there is, okay, and then we got to move on because we have to go streaking here. If this is one of the things I love about doing this show is that I can ask things publicly, and generally, if it exists, someone will respond. Is there or does there exist some sort of root beer enthusiast enclave? And maybe there's like a root beer club you can subscribe to, much like how I see all those neckbeards out there that drink those weird IPAs and stuff, and they are like, "Oh, moose drool just tasted amazing," or whatever it is. Like, does that exist for root beer? And if it does, I think I could get into craft root beer.
I was gonna say, if it does exist, I think that's a group you need to join.
100%. I would actually be very curious to see what the social environment would be with root beer enthusiasts, because I don't know, dude. The ceiling is the floor. Like, it could be some of the coolest cats ever, or also like it's a bunch of people that listen to Fish and love to play World of Warcraft. Not there's anything wrong with any of those.
Okay, Dave, while searching for this club that you want to join, I did find someplace with a root beer kit to make your own root beer.
What? Shut up. Is this a thing? Is this really a thing?
Let me send it to you.
Do you have to buy more gear? Because Dave will do it.
Okay, because I know I will never forget. I was 8 years old. My dad tried to make beer at home, and my entire memory of my dad making beer at home was getting woken up at 11:30 by him screaming with my mom because it had overflowed all over the floor, and the amount of f-bomb. Like, my dad didn't really swear in front of us a lot, but that was an exception. He was not happy with it. Now, if I could do that with craft a brew, DIY, make your own craft root beer, complete equipment and supplies, 1 gallon. Let's go. But then, like, how hard is it? Like, do I have to do math?
Probably.
I don't want to do, like,
and then would you make your own ice cream so you could have a root beer float?
Oh my goodness gracious. Yes. And the ice cream maker. Holy crap. I'm about to get one. They have a new soft serve one I'm about to get for end of summer. Everyone's going to love it. Root beer is a beverage rooted in American tradition. I see what they did there. Our root beer kit helps you craft 4 liters of frothy, old fashioned root beer in a matter of hours. Oh my goodness gracious. I got to go. Jason, it's only $34.99.
Oh, get 2.
Is $34.99 a lot for a gallon of root beer?
Yes.
And then you got to do all the work too, right?
But worth it.
Right? I would bring some in. Imagine me bringing in like a cardboard box and and in there I bottled it all myself. I'm like, hey guys, got some home root beer.
Along with the pastrami slices.
I would have no problems doing a show where all we did was drink home crafted root beer, and I just sat there with the slice and was like, here's a slice, Jason. Then kiss Chris right on the head. I'd be so happy.
You go right to HR.
All right, let's go streaking, please.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking.
We are streaking. As a show, Dave's at 3. I'm at 5. Chris is at 4. Good job, team. Trying to extend our streak. Dave trying to get to 4. You took Nick Kurtz. And he got up 4 times yesterday in the loss.
Okay. They lost.
1 hit.
Let's go. That's all you need. 1 hit. I'm so cool. I picked Nick Kurtz. I'm putting on my sunglasses. Yeah. Awesome.
I'm trying
Love
to get
it.
6. I took Juan Soto, who was just peppering the ball all over the field in San Francisco. Now went to his former home in San Diego, which I believe means San Diego.
Yes, it means San Diego. That's right.
He got up 4 times in that game, scored a bunch of runs, and he got 0 hits.
Ooh, you suck.
Take your glasses off of that.
The streak is over.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
What? Wow. I mean, that was extra. That was, can I be honest? That was even over the line for me.
I agree. No root beer for him.
From the 916, Dave having a kitchen in the studio just making loose meat sandwiches and craft-made root beer honestly could be his own sitcom. I've never really given that much thought, but guys, we've been talking about moving studios. I have alone by myself been talking about that. That actually
meat.
I wonder if we could have them make us a studio. This is where we need to be stronger in our contract negotiations. Like, yes, yes, happy to come back, but we're going to need our own studio in the garage. We could all park our cars in there, in that big old garage, and then maybe a stove. How great would that be, guys, to get a sponsor for that? And all we do is eat and drink and do the show.
I don't like the term loose meats.
Loose meat sandwich? You never had an LMS? Anyway.
All right. Chris is at 4 trying to get to 5. He took Cal Raleigh. Raleigh? Is it Raleigh?
Raleigh.
Raleigh.
He 4 times. He didn't even hit a home run. God,
wow.
He got 2 hits and an RBI. So Chris is at 5. Dave is at 4. I'm starting over, though. I get to choose from the field.
Jealous of you.
Dave, who would you like to select today?
Let's see. Let me think. I'm trying to think of something that goes with a loose meat sandwich. Let me.
The second time.
Loose meat. Me. Nope. I don't know. Shohei Ohtani.
Okay, so close.
I couldn't think of one.
When I think of loose meat sandwiches, I think of Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani.
I think for the first time this year, I don't think I've taken a national. I'm going to. And his name is C.J. Abrams.
Oh, C.J. Abrams do what?
Director.
Yeah. He's going to direct his way to a hit.
I am going to take Bobby Witt Jr.
Okay. He's out with scurvy.
MC says an open-faced loose meat, Sammy. Yeah. I haven't had an open-faced sandwich in a really long time.
What's the point of those?
Because you got a knife and fork them.
Why though? But like if that has to be like a sloppy sandwich. What if it's like a neatly done sandwich? Why is it open-faced?
Okay, I agree with you. There's no point in that, but like an open-faced turkey sandwich with mashed potato and a little bit of gravy on top, and you just kind of cut it
anymore?
Huh?
Is that even a sandwich anymore?
I think it's I'm with you, dude. Like I think it's kind of gone by the wayside, but that is comfort food right there.
Is open-faced a sandwich?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean it really isn't. You're right. I have
because a sandwich is a sandwich. That would mean a hot dog isn't a hot dog. I mean, a hot dog isn't a sandwich.
Is a hot dog? No, a hot dog's not an open-faced sandwich because even a sandwich isn't a closed sandwich.
No, but I'm saying that takes a lot of because an open-faced sandwich isn't meat between two bread.
Yeah, I think it's technically not a sandwich. I really don't. I think it's more of a platter.
It's a sand.
I've recently perfected a quick, easy French dip. I've been very proud of that the last couple months, but I don't do them open face.
You have cheese on that thing?
No.
Au jus?
Yeah. So I take 2 cups of water and I put it in like a soup pot, and then I put a couple of things of beef bouillon in there, and I heat it up and I dissolve it. I put a pinch of black pepper and a cap full of Worcestershire, right, until it's all kind of nice and hot, and then I take regular old like Hillshire Farms or whatever roast beef sandwich, the lunch meat, and I separate them until they're the meat poofs, and I drop them in, and then I turn off the stove and I just let it warm itself, and then you take some tongs and you take a Kaiser roll, right, and you put the French you put the meat on that, and then you would probably take a little bit of au jus and put it in one of them little bowls and dip it in. I take a ladle and I get a mug of au jus. And so I've got the sandwich in one hand, and I take a bite of the French dip, right? And then a sip of the au jus, and I'm dialed.
That's how you do things. That's right.
Right? I mean, honestly, and I have a thing of Worcestershire. I'm looking for a lot of Worcestershire recipes because I went to Sam's Club about 3 years ago and bought a gallon of Worcestershire sauce in a plastic bottle, and I may be a quarter of the way through it, dude.
Okay.
Back to you.
How about this in the 916? You make an open-faced sandwich so you don't have as much carbs from the bread, and then the hot dog is technically a taco when you add the bun.
I think that the hot dog and the taco are a lot more related than people think. I agree with that. I know Chris is probably like, no, it's not, but it really is. You have meat inside of a bun versus meat inside of a tortilla bun. The same concept, dude. It's almost the same shape. But then I don't know how you're getting rid of carbs with an open face sandwich when usually open face sandwiches are on Texas toast, which is more bread anyways. That Texas is full of garbage.
Texas toast is money.
It is for French toast. I enjoy it for French toast. Also, what are we supposed to be talking about here? The Kings and Westbrook. Let's get to that. But can I add one more thing?
You can.
Do either of you ever have okay, hold on. MC says it's less bread per bite. No, it's less bread per bite, but in the end, you're still eating the sandwich. It's still 2 pieces of bread in the filling. In the end, it's the same thing.
No, is he talking about open face?
On an open face, it's 2 pieces of bread with more stuff on it. You have the bread. If it's open face, there's 2 pieces.
Wait, why? Isn't there just one at the bottom?
Oh, I always have. Oh, no. Oh, really? No, I always have the 2.
Wait, explain that.
I have, 2 pieces of bread on a plate. You put them on the plate, right? Then on top of it,
you're putting things on each piece of bread. I thought it was 1 piece of bread, and then
half.
Half face.
It's a half face sandwich.
I don't think half face.
No. Do any of you ever have a thing where you might have like multiple cartons of leftover ice cream in the freezer, but it's like 1 spoonful in there? Like if I went into you guys' freezer, would I find some like barely ice cream in there?
No, I'm not a big ice cream person.
Jesus. All right. Well, anyways, yeah, Jason, I'm not I just right now. Yeah, I just don't even know, dude. This really good trick I picked up for all your leftover ice cream is so let's say you have like a bunch of leftover strawberry ice cream. Put it in a casserole dish. Put all your leftover ice cream in a casserole dish, right? And let it melt. Okay. And then take your Texas toast and I'm sorry. Before you do that, crack 3 eggs and mix it in with the melted ice cream. I know. Then take Texas toast and soak it each side for 2 minutes and then flip it, soak it again. Some of the best French toast you'll ever have.
Oh, yeah, he's a big boy.
It is a fat recipe, don't get me wrong, but the melted ice cream, when you think about all the ingredients, the cream and all that stuff, imagine having like mint and chip flavored French toast, but ultimately like strawberry, chocolate, vanilla, Neapolitan's great. Dude, I'm telling you, melted ice cream makes a wonderful French toast custard. And then the best part, if you really want to get fat, and I know you do, let's say you have leftover Neapolitan ice cream that you soak your French toast in, and then you cook it. You don't put syrup on top. You know what you put on top of it, Jason?
What?
A scoop of Neapolitan ice cream, baby.
Wow.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't know if Russell Westbrook makes sense for the Kings. We talked about this a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
It does seem like a Scott Perry move, though, where you want to bring in the vets and for the culture and all that. And I can't grade Scott Perry on the last go around because he was here for like 20 minutes.
Right.
But I don't know if that's a good move in the long run.
I don't either. I mean, I think part of it, I like the competition in the backcourt a little bit. Not that the Kings are light on guards, but I like the competition for Schroeder. I mean, I think Schroeder is the point guard of this team, but because like you're as good as your options, he's option 1. I would like Westbrook to, if they get him, to push him on that. I like his competitiveness. I like his drive. I like the way how hard he plays. But boy, there are question marks with his game too. So, and the overall roster construction, I feel like they need to be looking in that front court still.
I'm just going to go back to what I was saying earlier. I just think they're going to be a platypus of a weird team, dude. There's talent on the team, but I'm all for it. Bring Russ in, dude. I want to see Russ clanking threes in the third when we're down 4 and then outletting to whatever because it's his turn to play. And we win or lose the game 141 to 138 every other night. Let's go.
Let's just do it.
Let's just do it. You know what? Just take your pants off. Let's just run through the flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even care. Next year, I don't care about wins or losses. I'll be happy with the wins in the moment, but I've said it time and time again. I do not believe this team. I think the more entertaining, the better. Just do the thing. And ultimately, just please don't take on extra salary. Please don't commit to long-term deals for older people and play your youth. And if you do that, I just don't care. 20 wins, 30 wins, 40 wins. I just go for it, dude.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
You know, we got to break Jason soon. I know that, but I think I've been searching for an analogy since we had a food segment to what I think this year should be. Okay. You ever eat something or drink something and you just know it doesn't sit right and your stomach feels bad, and then you start getting that telltale, like your mouth gets really watery and you know it's about to happen and you feel really like your stomach hurts so bad, dude. And then you go hit the bathroom and you just vomit all over the place. But look, it's loud. It sprays everywhere. It's gross at times, but afterwards, you feel so much better, dude.
Yeah, got it out.
I think next year's King season should be Here We Vomit, where you just spray all over the place. Like, I don't care. Russ Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, who cares, man? Just vomit all over the floor. Do your thing. But once you've done that, maybe in the process, you've cleared out a lot of the issues. And in the long term, you're going to feel better if you make the right decisions post-vomit.
Wrong year to have a puke guy. That's when he should be back.
Bring him back, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, or that's I mean, puke guy's what puke guy died so the beam team could live.
Yes.
We'll take a break. When we come back, I have no idea because it's this show, but I think we're gonna do what's on deck.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. I think we got some stuff going on, Jason Ross. Are you game? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, we'll be right back. Right after this.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey, more like Mira Joyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC, powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing your schedule, responding to Jim's long emails, leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC starting at $699.99 at Dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
People are coming from all over to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, from Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville, because they've seen for themselves the huge selection and the best prices at SacSuperstore.com. Good luck finding a lower price anywhere else. And if you do, they'll match it. It's as simple as that. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where a handshake still means something. Open until 10 o'clock and centrally located right across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. And online at SacSuperstore.com. The guaranteed lowest price and the best selection of Dodge, Chrysler, Jeeps, and Rams. SacSuperstore.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Well, I ordered it, the root beer kit.
Nice.
It's not Amazon Prime, though, so I'll be there when I get back. And then,
Dave,
yeah.
Ishmael would like to talk with us today.
Oh, I love talking to Ishmael. Bring it on.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you doing?
Great.
Great.
So just going off what you guys are saying with Kuminga and our offseason moves in general, I've seen a lot of national outlets really killing the Kings offseason. For me, the most important thing to do was nailing, first of all, acquiring a first-round pick, which we didn't have. Did a great job getting that. And from what we've seen, I like the two picks thus far. I thought it was two needed profiles, so I thought that was really good. I don't know what changes people were expecting with the roster. I think people found out that to get rid of some of these names, it would probably cost attaching a first-round pick. And I'm not in the business of doing that, and it looks like Scott Perry's not either. So I have no problem with that at all so far with the offseason. So I think a lot of the people killing the offseason are really judging Scott Perry by previous administration's sort of missteps. But with Jonathan Kuminga, I'm okay taking a flyer on it, as you mentioned, Carmichael. But I think people have to temper expectations with Kuminga because he's the kind of player similar to Andrew Wiggins, who was his teammate for a little while, where the problem with him is he kind of takes a lot to get it out of him. Like the Warriors were dying for athleticism, dying for a wing, dying for some size. And he was there for years in their system where they've succeeded, getting a lot out of their players. And he's just one of these people that kind of, I don't know if it lacks some motivation or just, and that was his rep in the G League as well. Andrew Wiggins was similar, but adapted to a role of doing what was needed and was a big contributor to the championship team. And it looks like Kuminga, they just couldn't get through to him for that. So, he's not some defensive ace. He probably won't even help our defensive, our defense, even though people sort of think that of him, at least Kings fans. It'll be a work in progress. Maybe Doug Christie is the type of personality to get it out of him, but the profile of Jonathan Kuminga is someone we should be a little bit wary of, where if you're in a championship situation like that with a Steph Curry and you're still kind of someone where it needs to be pulled out of you that much, and there's also kind of a lack of buy-in, I'm not sure if we bring him in, trade for him, give him an extension, then he'd immediately, that would be the light switch, moment for him. But it might be working with a Doug Christie and people like that, B.J. Armstrong, people that could just talk to him and get through to him a different way. But that's what I think. So far, I think the offseason's great. I'd give it like a B-. It's nothing to kill because the worst thing we could have done is trading a future first-round pick just to shed salary. So I'm glad we didn't do that. And I like our picks, which is the most important thing. So thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a great call. And, we talked about the D+ that the Kings got on ESPN yesterday. And I'll just be quick with this, Jason. I think this is lazy. Look, I have no problems beating on the Kings when they deserve it, but here's what I would say. And Ishmael nailed it. And when he said they're making Scott Perry do time for past offenses. Since Scott Perry came in, I would challenge ESPN, whoever, I think it was Kevin Pelton. Maybe I'm wrong. So I would challenge Kevin, who I have a lot of respect for. And I would say, what exactly brought it? If the benchmark is a C, here's what they did. They created a first round pick for something that almost certainly will not materialize down the line. And even if it does, it's not a big deal. And with that first round pick, they picked the guy in the consensus on average he slipped about 6-7 spots and again, who the hell knows, but by consensus, which is all we have to go on right now, Nate Clifford should have been picked higher. Same thing with Max Reynaud in the second round. That was another pick that most said should have been picked earlier. He should have been a late first round pick. So again, based only on what we have to go on, they got really good bang for their buck with their 2 draft picks. They created a draft pick basically out of nothing. They did that with Sam Presti, by the way, who's the best GM in the league. So the draft in itself, for what they had to work with, was an A or A- at worst. And then the only other thing you can really go after is, okay, so what, they added Dennis Schroeder. Well, that doesn't turn my whistle. I understand that, but it doesn't, it's not like they went out and I think what's most important is with Schroeder is that people keep calling it a 3-year deal. It's not, dude. I promise you it will not be a 3-year deal. It is a 2-year deal with an incredibly light guarantee in the third year. And they used the Herter trade exception. They still have their mid-level exemption to bring in a Westbrook or a Kuminga facilitation or whatever. I don't know, Jason. I'm not saying they should have deserved an A. And remember in the beginning when I was like, I'll say this quickly. I'm not saying they deserve an A, but D+ is stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I think somewhere in the middle is probably where it should be. I think there's always ways to say they maybe could have done more and done better, sure. But I think the drafting part was so far without real regular season proof. And in fairness, if people thought they were awful, if they thought they were great, so far what those guys did in Vegas looked good. But we got to give them time to really be fair. But I would say so far so good there. I think they had to give Doug an experienced veteran point guard. So they checked that box. You could argue whether or not they could have done someone else. Sure. But they didn't really mortgage their long-term future. I think people can argue maybe the plan more so than the execution per se. Because there's probably plenty of camps the Kings are in no man's land. I don't disagree with that. So tear it all down. All right. That's a way to go. They didn't choose to do that. So I don't know that because some think that's the only way out. And since they didn't do that's a failure. But, I still think it can kind of be, they can kind of still get there. It just is going to take a little bit longer. And not meaning they have to fall to get there, but to clean out kind of some of the stuff they have, it might take a little while.
I think you bring up a really good point, actually, that I hadn't thought of. Yeah, if Kevin Pelton is dinging the Kings because he is convinced, as many are, myself included, that you need to rebuild, well, then he should, again, even though I may agree with him, if that's the case, that right, and I don't think you ding them for that necessarily. Just because I think that's the way, or Kevin or whomever does, that doesn't mean you're guaranteed to know it's the right way.
Right, and just as a counter, if let's say I've been saying, and I haven't said this, but let's say how long I've said they've got to find a superstar, they've got to get one. That's the only way. Go get one of the top 10 players. Well, they didn't do that either. But right. I wouldn't say they failed because how do you get it? You go get Giannis. If they get Giannis, they'll be great. Sure, but because they didn't, I'm giving them an F. Well, that seems unfair too.
I can tell you for a fact, for about 20 years now, I have failed to take Charlize Theron out on a date.
Oh, there's still time.
Failed. Give me an F.
Yeah. Have you asked? Did you try your hardest? Did you have a good time?
I did have a good time. I have not tried my hardest. I do think, however, we should check out what's on deck. Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
Hey, make it a goal for you.
Charlize?
Yeah. If you want.
Yeah, at this point, we just lead 2 separate lives. It would never work.
We'll just go on living separate lives.
That's like my favorite. That is my favorite Phil Collins song.
Yeah, but you know what? She also hasn't asked you out. I give her an F for that.
I don't have any comment on that. I'm not going to say she hasn't asked me out though.
Oh wow,
it's a long story, and it was hot, and I was hungry.
Yeah.
All right. I thought. Sorry, Chris. I thought aren't we supposed to play a thing?
Oh yeah. You want me to do that right now?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is gonna be fun.
It's time for What's on Deck. Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
Sincere thanks to our friends at Trex Decking and Railing. Let's get to it. Hey, Rays and Yankees, Jason, are you excited?
Totally. Totes. Okay. But no Judge. My guy's on the injured list.
I know. The Yankees having a rough time. I mean, they're going through it right now. This is the dog days, man.
We don't need to talk about it.
Mariners and Athletics. Hey, everything's going to be okay, A's fans. Luis Severino's on the bump at home.
Loves it here.
Loves it here. And the Giants will try to stop the bleeding against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Logan Webb. Logie Dubs from Rockland. He have the 3.38 ERA, but the 9-8 record.
Oh, I think he's tomorrow.
Huh?
Isn't it Verlander today?
Oh, is it Verlander? My bad. You know what? You're 100% right. Why am I looking at that, Jason?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I just hate it. All right. So whatever. Giants
prepping for tomorrow, Logie.
Giants need to win, dude.
Yeah, they do. Must win.
I'm ready to say it's a must win, dude. I'm ready to say at this point, because if they lose, they're 500.
Oof.
Jay Ver going for his second win in a row.
Are you calling it?
You know what?
They're undefeated when you call it.
I know, which is why I take this incredibly seriously, because it's not just the fun of the streak. It's also my Giants. You know what, Jason Ross?
Because we know what that means.
I'm gonna go as far as this. I'm gonna temper it. I don't know that Justin Verlander is going to get the win.
Jinx it.
But they're going to win the game tomorrow.
Every single thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
Good work. Way to have your direct impact on the game.
100%. Hey, if it wasn't for me, Verlander would be 0-9.
Yeah, but you saved it.
From the 916, Dave is hot and hungry. He's making loose meat sandwiches. Didn't know this is a show about working at an erotic deli. Well, you didn't read the description.
Right. It's in our liners.
By the way, Chris, did you ever correct it from yesterday? I forgot to tell you. In fact, I think I took a picture on the description of the show yesterday. At one point, I noticed and then forgot about the fact that it wasn't the Carmichael Dave Show. It was the, let me flip it here so you can see on YouTube. It was the Carmichael Dave Sow, which I believe is a cow.
No, it's a pig.
Oh, the sow a pig?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know why I thought it was a cow? Because it looks like cow. Because it's SOW, dude. It's like one letter off. Relax. We'll take a break. Carmichael Dave Sow. When we come back, crosstalk. Alan Stiles.
Maybe.
Oh, is he not? Have we not seen him yet?
No, well, you know how Alan is.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Ooh,
yes, we do. Oh, whoa, hey, whoa, celebrity birthdays and more, all coming up right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our Giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Man, look at that Return of the Old King, man. Oh, wow. Emotional.
King of the Hill is back.
They got a Bob's in the airport now. Oh, that's Boba.
World has changed, Dad.
Bobby wants to bring that new girl over for dinner.
The Vegas? What the hell am I supposed to feed her?
Can't we just put some grass in a bowl?
From Mike Judge and Greg Daniels.
Ready to make some memories, Dad?
Let's freaking go.
A Hulu original series, King of the Hill. Season premiere August 4th. Streaming on Hulu.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Shooting lower scores isn't always about changing your swing or equipment. Sometimes it's as simple as changing how you hit certain shots on the course. Molly Braid, a Golf Digest Best Young Teacher, sees a classic mistake on uphill chips. Players will grab a sand wedge thinking the high-lofted club will get the ball in the air, but instead, the ball pops too high and comes up short. Use a club with less loft, Braid says. Grab your pitching wedge, 9-iron, or even 8-iron, depending on how far you hit the ball. Set up with your hips and shoulders in line with the hill. The handle is going to come back, and there will be added loft to the club, so it will have more height, like a sand wedge. Your pitching wedge and your 9-iron don't have as much loft as your sand wedge, but when you're hitting from a steep uphill lie, your pitching wedge is going to produce sand wedge-like results. You'll get that high trajectory up and over the hill to land soft on the green. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Hey! Hello! Yeah. There we go. All right. All I could see was Alan's arm. Morning, Alan. You're quite red today.
Yeah. Way to be.
Let's see. What's going on with Alan's social media?
Oh, check it out.
No, it's been pretty quiet.
Why? Are you not cooking right now?
We're saving that for the show.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you know what? I wish I was there right now because I would be able to play the video. But
video.
No, because you know what? I'm ashamed to admit I hadn't done before. Is I actually watched your 15-second video that you have pinned up.
Oh,
It's like there's Allen jump roping.
Yeah.
And then
I'm doing it.
Yeah, and then it says I gave it everything I had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a fast cut of like all these logos, and then it's Allen jump roping, I think, in a field, and then walking by a river looking like he's out of breath. Just had a great workout. Is that an Allen style sizzle reel?
Yeah, I got a couple different versions. I gotta update that version.
Was that after recovery from the Achilles?
No, that was like a month ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Gotta keep it hot. Yeah.
I think a fun bit that I know we'll never do, but it would be a fun bit, is every time Allen put one of those out, Jason, you and I tried to recreate it, but for us
in real time.
That would be funny.
Good luck.
You never would do that though.
No, I can jump rope.
No, I'm not saying you can. I'm just saying you wouldn't do it.
Oh, follow through. Oh, no. God, no.
What else was on there? Jump rope and what?
Jump rope, just an interview.
Oh, but I mean in the exercise portion, just the jump rope?
And just running.
I didn't know if I saw the right. It was like this flash in the beginning. It's like all these like logos and bobbleheads and whatever, and then it goes to Allen just like jump roping like a just jump roper, and then the next cut is like Allen just all sweaty and tired from the workout, just kind of catching his breath with the river behind him, and then it goes to Allen sitting, and I didn't hear the audio, but it was like I gave it all I had, and then it said like coming soon or something to be continued or whatever.
TBD.
It
didn't say that.
I mean, we could recreate. I think, Jason, we could recreate that if we could get the camera people together. We could just recreate that in the parking lot.
I'll just make another one.
Yeah, make another one. We'll recreate it. We should have our own sizzle reel. But our sizzle reel would be like a bunch of logos, and then it shows me just like hammering a sandwich, and Jason's like napping in a recliner,
shanking a drive. I gave it everything I had.
Everything I had.
And that's how we end it, guy. Every single time, Jason, we end like we're sitting there eating an open-faced sandwich, and we just look at the camera and go, gave it everything I had.
Yeah.
Shout out to the rack man.
I have a picture. Yeah, I need to text it to you. I forgot you weren't in. But I took a picture of the rack man today.
Did you?
To send it to you. To show you what I pass when I'm driving. But I wasn't driving. I pulled over to take the picture.
Did you do what I said and have a salesperson clip up the show yesterday?
Well, they're here today, so I'll go talk to them.
Yeah, okay.
In office, I mean, they're always working.
Oh,
you know, yes. Can I tell you what else I was thinking of doing?
What? And they're all in a meeting now, so we can say whatever we want. What?
Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. I got to tell you, nothing says congratulations on that endorsement, Allen, like a big box of Crumble cookies. And
you could probably
probably what?
You could probably expense them.
Good knowledge.
Good point right there. Especially now as opposed to a year ago. Hey, Crumble cookies. Yummy. Hey, for the first time in a long time, I think Jason Ross is doing celebrity birthdays. Jason, do you remember how to do it?
I do quite well. Ready?
Well, yeah.
You guys know.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to movies. Christopher Live specially first. Movies and music. Movies first. On this date, in what year did the movie National Lampoon's Vacation, the very first one, come out?
Because I don't know when it was.
Oh, that's a great movie.
1984.
No.
What are you feeling?
That's too early in life. I'm going to say 87.
Ooh, that's a good one. I think the first one was, I think Christmas Vacation is 89. I'm going to say 84 does sound good. 86.
Carmichael Dave is closest, 83.
Ooh.
That's too early.
Yeah, I wasn't born.
In what year did the movie The Mask?
Smoking. Now, Cameron Diaz.
Not that one, Dave.
I always got mad because every time that movie gets brought up, they say I look like him, and then I feel sad about myself. Yeah, you're talking about the Jim Carrey one, not the Cher one.
No.
The Mask came out in 1992.
94.
I think Pet Detective was 92. Dumb and Dumber was 94. So I'm going to go 93 for The Mask.
We have a correct answer. That goes to Alan Stiles, 1994. And we'll end on the non-birthdays with the song Enter Sandman by Metallica. Came out on this day in what year?
1991.
Oh, wow. With conviction.
91, you say?
Yep.
90.
1991.
We have a correct answer. It goes to Dave and Chris, 1991. Dave said that with conviction. All right. Happy birthday today to Dakota Prescott. He goes by Dak.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God. What does he say every time he hacks the ball?
Here we go.
Here we go. Thank you. Dakota is 30.
31.
29.
Alan's closest, 32.
Ooh.
For Dakota Prescott. Happy birthday to, it's a tough day today. Will Wheaton. There's no Will Wheaton.
Yeah. Will Wheaton, Stand By Me, Wesley Crusher on Star Trek The Next Generation.
Is that where Hard Rock is?
What?
Wheaton?
Yes.
Wheatland.
Yeah.
It's in Wheaton, California.
I'm from Sacramento.
I am. I'm from the toe,
From
though.
the toe.
Yeah.
Will Wheaton is 53.
No. 55.
54.
We have a correct answer. It goes to Carmichael Dave, 53. Happy birthday to, I don't know what he is. Made that long baseball movie documentary, Ken Burns.
Oh, Ken Burns.
Oh, yeah.
Ken Burns.
Long Civil
The
War
Burn
movie,
Man.
that long jazz movie,
Yeah.
Right.
Long movies.
that long Mark Twain movie.
I don't think the fact that he smokes weed matters, but whatever.
And how many times are we releasing Christopher Nolan movies? And
As long as he makes them.
Ken Burns.
Ken Burns.
yeah, the Burn Man.
Yeah, Burn.
I truly have no idea, dude. I'm going to say like 70.
Dave strikes me as someone that was doing the Bernie. Remember that dance?
No.
Yeah, because he's at the wedding. He's at the wedding doing the Bernie.
Yeah.
Has he even heard?
Yes.
When
He'd
you
say
said doing the Bernie, I honestly was like, why are you talking politics? So I have no idea.
No, that's a bit. Ken Burns. What'd you say, Dave?
70.
74.
63.
We have a tie between Alan and Dave, 72.
Whoa, he
Bernie.
looks amazing for his
He
age.
does.
Does he?
Yeah, no.
I
Happy
can pick him out of a lineup of Ken Burns's.
Radio legend, sports radio legend, Scott Farrell. Farrell on the bench.
Here's how old Scott. Let me think. Hold on, because I used to call Scott's show on KNBR all the freaking time, and I remember his Chris Verlade was a guy named Darren Chan, and he always be like DC behind the glass, Scott Farrell, and he's still on, and he looks young, but he's not. I think he is 63.
Dave's close. 61.
62.
Alan's closest, 60 today. Lastly, Teddy Atlas. Teddy Atlas.
Teddy.
Boo.
The wrestler?
Teddy's-
The box.
No, the boxing.
guy.
Teddy's 80.
79.
No.
76. Oh, that's terrible.
Why is Alan milking a cow?
Your wrist.
We're in the wrong decade.
There you go.
69. Teddy Atlas.
So I got that.
Wow. He's 69?
Did I do that right? You guys made me question.
No way is Teddy Atlas 69.
What is Alan doing?
He's trying.
Is he doing Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
Yeah, he is 69 today.
You don't
Wow.
want any of this.
Oh, I do.
No, I don't want any of that.
I want all of it.
Ooh, it's
I'm
a
going to go
fight.
eat an open
Alan
face
Chris.
sandwich.
Look at that. You're not touching that.
He is the
All right. For everybody, it's me, for Jason Ross, Chris Verlade, Alan Stiles is coming up next. I'm actually excited. I myself will tune in. Alan will tell you if the Jonathan Kuminga trade is not only imminent, but will happen within the next hour or two. He'll have all that and more on the Alan Stiles program. Rackman himself, the hit doctor, right here on Sacktown Sports. Bye-bye now.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 News.